small school, didn't play football for 40 some odd years, and then started it again in 19...
We're going to try to win every football game. And I told them from the get-go, if you're in and you want to be with us and you want to win a championship, then let's go.
Consider this your final warning.
Hey, fellas. Hey, ladies. Hey, gentlemen. Hey, everybody. One more time for the greatest team in America.
Georgia Southern football is on the air.
Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern football on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Presented in part by Georgia Power, a Southern company. By your Southeast Toyota dealers. Toyota, moving forward. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Locos Grill and Pub. For good times and good friends. Let's all go to Locos. By Bud Light. Bud Light. Here we go. State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. East Georgia Regional Medical Center. Your health, your community, your hospital. By your local Ford dealer. Ford. Drive one. By the University Store. Your one-stop shop for all things Southern. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Coming up, it's the State Farm Countdown to Kickoff with head coach Jeff Munkin, the voice of the Eagles Chris Blair, Terry Harvin, and Ryan Chambers.
15-10-5. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
16 playoff appearances, 8 Southern Conference championships, 6 national titles. This is Georgia Southern football from the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
See Brian Glenn and Sean Davis today for all your auto owners insurance information at Glenn Davis & Associates, your auto owners insurance agents. Glenn Davis & Associates, Savannah Avenue in Statesboro.
Farmers and Merchants Bank, FMB, has been an active member of the community for over 62 years and is proud to announce a new website. We're making banking easier for you because you matter to us. We understand that in today's economy, it's important to have a local bank, proven over time that offers solid, secure banking services. FMB is that bank. We will assist you with personal or business banking, mortgages, loans, or savings accounts. And don't forget our online banking at fmbnk.com, our new, easy-to-use website. Farmers and Merchants Bank, because you matter to us.
This is Olivia here with Shane's Rib Shack. Warmer weather means less time in the kitchen and more time outdoors. We can cater the ribs, chicken tenders, chopped barbecue pork sandwiches, wings, plus all the sides, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, green beans, and yummy desserts like peach cobbler, and of course our famous Statesboro sweet tea. Stop by Shane's in the Market District in Statesboro or give us a call at 681-4BBQ.
It's gonna get messy, but it's gonna be good. Shane's Rib Shack.
Look your best this summer, whether at the beach or out on the town, with the Surf Shop in Statesboro. The Surf Shop has got you covered with a full collection of swim trunks from Guy Harvey, AFCO, Southern Tide, summer footwear and sandals from Rainbow, Salt Life, Cole Haan, and Sperry. And of course, all the top styles of sunglasses from Costa Del Mar, Lacoste knit polos and linen, seersucker, and embroidered shirts. The Surf Shop has everything to make sure you're outfitted all summer long. The Surf Shop for Statesboro's finest men's fashions, located in the Statesboro Mall. Just call 764-6924.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back, fans. The prettiest little stadium in America as Georgia Southern gets ready to kick off the 2010 season. And joining us on the Countdown to Kickoff, Eagle head coach Jeff Monken. And, Coach, I know a lot of hard work over these so many months. It has to be a few things that you would like to tweak, have a little more time to get down exactly the way you want it. But something tells me you're also ready to get out there, put them on the field, get under the lights, and play some football.
I'm anxious to see our guys play, and I think they're excited about playing.
Let's talk about Savannah State a little bit. Not a lot is known about them. You had to prepare this week in game preparation. How did you go about doing that, preparing for a team that not many people know a lot about?
We just tried to prepare for as many different possibilities as there are defensively. Defending several different types of offenses and the spread and double tight end eye and a little option and just preparing for everything, not knowing what we're going to get. And offensively, lots of different fronts lined up against our offense just so we be prepared for whatever might come.
You know, I know talking to you the last couple of weeks about getting ready for this team, a lot of new faces, a lot of new names for Eagle fans out there. And you take a look at the two deep, you're asking some young men to step up for the first time in a collegiate game at the Division I level. Your thoughts about their preparation for this great opportunity?
Well, right now they're the best ones we've got, and we're going to play the best guys we've got, the ones that give us the best chance to win, and there's a lot of those freshmen that we feel like give us the best chance to win. So we've got them as prepared as we can at this point. And now it's just time to see what they do when we kick it off.
You know, I know coaches sometimes try to get a pulse on how a team practices into a game week situation. I know you've talked about the intensity and preparation and practice getting better since fall camp began, but as you got into week one, headed up into tonight's contest, how do you think the pace and the way the players approached game week number one?
I think they're anxious to play. You could just sense that all practice, all week in practice, and just that they're tired of playing against each other and seeing the same guys lined up across from them. They're ready to play Savannah State and really find out. I think our guys are anxious to find out what we've got.
When we get ready to walk out on the field, they start the game, first quarter begins. What are the things you're marking on the board or barking in their ears, so to speak, that you're asking for when the ball's kicked off?
Just play tough, play together, play for each other, and play with great effort. Those are all. That's if they'll do those things, I'll take whatever happens.
Now, I talked to you earlier in the week about how the crowd here, everybody's excited. There should be an electric atmosphere at Paulson Stadium as Georgia Southern takes to the field. The offense that is so beloved here and has done so much is back. They're excited for that part, but they can be an integral part. Not only they talk about being the 12th man, they certainly can be that here at Paulson.
No question. Those folks that are out in the parking lot, I hope they'll make their way in for that kickoff and just make it a great atmosphere for our players and loud and intimidating for the opponents. And I'm looking forward to the Paulson crowd. I'm excited for our players.
Coach, best of luck on making your debut as the head coach of Georgia Southern. Best of luck in the game. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Head coach Jeff Monken joining us here on the Countdown to Kickoff. Coming up, Terry Harvin, Ryan Chambers will join me as Georgia Southern opens the season with Savannah State right here on the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Hi, folks. Ryan Chambers from the Georgia Southern Radio Network. For my good friends at Blunt, Burke, Wimbley & Hendricks Insurance. They're a proud sponsor of ours, and I'm proud to say I'm an even prouder customer of theirs. They make shopping for insurance easy. They represent a lot of great companies like the Central Insurance Companies that get you the best quote on the best products. They bundle all your insurance needs into one, and bottom line, I saved big money, and so will you. But here's the best part. They're there for you in person, on the phone. They define great customer service. Blunt, Burke, Wimbley & Hendricks Insurance, New Market District, 764-9602.
There's a new name lighting your financial future. Fort Stewart, Georgia Federal Credit Union is now Geo Vista Credit Union. For over 44 years, you've come to know that your credit union provides affordable financial services. Geo Vista continues to honor the credit union's long alliance with the military. At Geo Vista Credit Union, you'll find the same friendly people committed to your financial future with world-class service, worldwide reach, and worldwide vision through convenient access to ATMs, internet banking, and through GeoVista's local offices. Membership in GeoVista is available to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Bryan, Bullock, Chatham, Effingham, and Liberty counties. So now there are more reasons than ever to make your financial future bright. GeoVista Credit Union in Statesboro at 313 South Main Street. Also in Hinesville, Fort Stewart, Pooler, Reagan, and Savannah. Federally insured by NCUA. There's a new name lighting your financial future. Fort Stewart, Georgia Federal Credit Union.
This is Olivia with Mellow Mushroom. Why not take the best pizza in the borough outdoors with Mellow Mushroom's large patio with our full-service staff ready to help you enjoy the warm sunshine. And while you're at Mellow Mushroom, don't forget our large selection of specialty pizzas, hoagies, wings, salads, great appetizers, and now offering gluten-free pizzas. And with 30-plus beers on tap and a full bar, Mellow Mushroom is your summer destination. Great for a quick lunch or dinner with the family. That's Mellow Mushroom in the Market District. Call ahead at 6814-PIE.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Eagle fans, and welcome into Allen E. Paulson Stadium on the campus of Georgia Southern University in Statesboro, the site for tonight's 2010 season opener as the Tigers of Savannah State travel in to take on your Georgia Southern Eagles. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair alongside my broadcast partners Terry Harvin, Ryan Chambers, Russ Brown, and studio producer Rick Pittman Jr. on hand to bring you tonight's play-by-play story. Georgia Southern football has come full circle after the school announced the hiring of former Eagle and longtime Paul Johnson assistant Jeff Monken back on November 29th of last year as the 7th head football coach at Georgia Southern. The excitement from that moment until today has been at a fever pitch. And in about a half hour, Eagle fans will see their beloved triple option offense on display for the first time since the 2005 season. Coach Monken, however, has been quick to point out that the offense Paul Johnson has made famous is not a magic wand. With a transfer quarterback and a host of redshirt and true freshmen in the 2 deep for tonight's game, the storyline may be the Eagle defense in the opening portion of the schedule. While the Eagle program went through a transition season, probably no one in the country has had the offseason of Savannah State with problems on and off the field. Former Furman Paladin star Julius Dixon takes over as interim head coach in his first year, and he tries to put the last several months behind him and the team as they look to the future. The 9th meeting between these two schools, separated by only a 50-minute jaunt down I-16. The Eagles have never lost to the Tigers with a perfect 8-0 record. The last meeting came in 2003 when the Eagles won here at home 35-0. Coming up, Terry Harvin and Ryan Chambers will join me, give us the scouting report on both teams as we get locked, loaded, and ready for blast-off for the 2010 season. It's Savannah State, Georgia Southern, and you're tuned to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
I'm attending a university that I chose because of the national and international opportunities that it will provide. I'm a member of Greek Life, a SOAR leader, a Southern ambassador, and current president of the Student Government Association. I've had so many opportunities, like getting to meet Condoleezza Rice when she came to speak on campus, and my goal is to student teach in a foreign country next year. I'm Alton Stanford. I'm from Monticello, Georgia. I'm a senior at Georgia Southern University, and I am Georgia Southern True Blue. Are you?
Visit Georgia Southern University today. Online at georgiasouthern.edu.
Today we salute you, Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy. Your first proposal, her hand in marriage. Your second proposal, 2 more jumbo chili dogs.
Chili cheese!
It's the perfect plan, unless her name is spelled wrong. She's in the bathroom, or she says... no.
Pretty please.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Bachelor on the big screen.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard made proposal.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, and nobody shows more pride than Georgia Southern fans. And the University Store can help you show your true blue every day at work or at play with exclusive Nike sideline gear, Under Armour, and Russell athletic apparel. Make it clear that you bleed Georgia Southern blue. You can shop their campus location, their game day locations at Paulson Stadium, or online anytime at gsusstore.com. Helping you be true blue every day. Show your Eagle pride with a visit to the University Store. More than just a bookstore. The official outfitter to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Been a while since you had some budge in your budget? You know, something extra at the end of the month. Well, State Farm agents would like to help by doing a free discount double check to make sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Discounts that could add up to 40%. So call a local State Farm agent today, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why they're here. Ride with the #1 car insurer in Georgia. Call State Farm agent Bill Sumner in Swainsboro, Matt Mixon in Clarksville, or David Earl Keith in Jessup.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Southern Pride with the playing of the national anthem here as we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff this Saturday night. Beautiful weather ordered up as the Eagles open up the 2010 season. And it's my privilege and honor once again to share the broadcast booth with my broadcast partner for 4 previous seasons, an Eagle legend in and of himself, Mr. Terry Harmon. And Terry, I know you've been jacked up for quite a while about getting this season underway. It's an offense that, you saw a little bit, maybe got in and punted a few times, but you know a little bit about it, and you know the success that it has brought to this university.
The Southern spread option is the great equalizer, folks, and I'm excited about it. I know Eagle Nation is excited to have their offense back here, but more importantly, I think Eagle Nation would be excited with a victory today and to start the 2000 campaign off right offensively. Very excited. Offensive line, a lot of questions on the O-line. They got to do a great job, Ryan and Chris, of stopping penetration, because that's the best way of breaking up the spread option is to penetrate and mess it up in the backfield. So that O-line's got to do a good job. Good blocking, staying low, doing a good job within their own lanes. Quarterback Shaw coming in, experienced with this type of offense, but more importantly, good decisions and reads. That's the key to J-Bo Shaw. Don't need him to be a hero, but need him to run the offense. Turnovers, hold on to the ball. This offense has a history of turning the ball over a little bit. Not talking about Georgia Southern specifically, but the offense itself because of the run game. Running back, hey, what can Brown do for you? That's a question, but more importantly, what can Brown do in blue? Robert Brown, the true freshman, coming in out of Westside High School and making Georgia an impact player today. Starting as a true freshman, the highest yardage by a true freshman in the opening game. I think it's 145 yards. Hopefully he'll break that today. Very excited. A good kid back there. We need him to keep his head down, Ryan, keep his knees up, and run through and run his channels, run through his block, and keep his nose up. That's what we need him to do. Savannah State, they have a lot of unanswered questions themselves. It's been a heck of an offseason for Savannah State. Coaching changes, personnel issues. Offense has got a lot to go. They've had struggles over the last few years as well. 40% third down conversions, just 12% on fourth down conversions. passing the ball. They've thrown for over 1,700 yards, 1,800 yards on the ground. They averaged about 20 points a ball game, though, 13 on the ground, touchdowns. Passing the ball, they've thrown from 12. But again, I go back, first-year head coach out of Furman, Julius Dixon's their head coach. A lot of all-season problems, Ryan. Let's see if they can get those behind them so they can play a good ball game today. And today we'll have a great matchup.
Well, as far as the defense is concerned, Terry, you look at Savannah State first. Ladarian, the nose tackle there right in the middle. Ladarian Redenfield, a senior. You're talking with some of the guys at Savannah State. He's a lot like Brent Russell. He's getting double-teamed a lot in 2009, but still finding ways to produce. And talking with some of the folks over there, they actually need him to get double-teamed because sometimes this defense doesn't play up to what they think it's its potential. So you're almost with a double-team, taking somebody away, freeing somebody up. Now, with this offense, well, maybe you don't have to worry about that so much. It's man on man, and maybe Ladarian will have a quiet night here, but certainly the nose tackle for Savannah State is the man to watch for Georgia Southern. For myself, for Georgia Southern, defensively, it's Roderick Tinsley. He and Brent Russell right there at the tackle. It's going to be awful hard for teams like this to play with these tackles. They may be the best in the Southern Conference, 1-2. Coverage should be good in the back. Linebackers, something to watch for as far as depth. But two of the best defensive tackles in the Southern Conference, and look for a big night out of them here tonight.
Thank you, Ryan. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff this evening at the prettiest little stadium in America. You're tuned to the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by State Farm Insurance and your State Farm agents. Remember to call local State Farm agent today, because being there to help you keep more of your money in your pocket is why they're here. Coming up, we'll go down on the field as Freedom makes its way down to the field. The teams will be making their entrance in just a little bit. Steve Hine down there welcoming Freedom onto the playing surface at Glenn Bryant Field here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. Brian Chambers will have the live toss of the coin. We'll get set for kickoff here tonight to start the 2010 season, coming up on the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Been a while since you had some budge in your budget? You know, something extra at the end of the month. Well, State Farm agents would like to help by doing a free discount double check to make sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Discounts that could add up to 40%. So call a local State Farm agent today, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why they're here. Ride with the #1 car insurer in Georgia. Call State Farm agent Hoke Brantley in Augusta, Greg Bazemore in Gordon, or Robert Curtis in Hinesville.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
Mark Martin for ER Extra.
When you're a NASCAR driver, things are either fast or they're not. See, this is fast. This is not.
The caution flag is out.
Then there's ER Extra. It's extra fast.
You'll see a doctor extra fast at ER Extra at East Georgia Regional Medical Center.
Am I going too fast for you? Good.
ER Extra. Exclusively at East Georgia Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Now let's throw it down to the legend, Pat Summerall, for a report from the sidelines. Pat?
Well, fellas, the atmosphere here at Loco's Grill and Pub is intense. Let's talk to one of these modern-day gladiators. Son, that's quite a plate of Loco's award-winning wings you're tackling. What's the game plan?
Well, they have lots of awesome sauces, so I stored the ones I like, and then I eat them.
Unbelievable. Now back to you.
Well, there you have it. Apparently, it's no contest. Stop by and see for yourself. Loco's Grill and Pub is just crazy good.
Countdown to Kickoff, presented by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back at Allen E. Paulson Stadium on a picture-perfect fall afternoon, headed into the evening here at the prettiest little stadium in America. The crowd making their way in. A great crowd on hand for the opening game and the debut of head coach Jeff Monken. Time now to introduce today's officiating crew, presented by Dr. Horace Deal and the professional eye care of Statesboro. To make the right call every day, You can't afford to compromise your vision. Schedule your visit with Dr. Horace Steele and the staff at Professional Eye Care of Statesboro today, the official team eye doctor of the Georgia Southern Eagles. Our referee, Steve Marlowe, umpire Steve Coolius, linesman Robbie Spires, line judge Chris Conway, side judge Chris Rake, field judge Bob Johnson, and the back judge today will be Javaro M. Edwards. Let's head down on the field. Coming up, waiting for the Savannah State captains to make their way. They are now lined up. We'll get the live toss of the coin as referee Steve Marlowe sends everybody out. Try to find a little corner there just to the right of Southern Pride. And Ryan Chambers will have that live toss of the coin as we get set.
Captain's a little bit easier to get for fans' perspective with the names on the back. Chris Rogers, Toby Akinranye, and the Baldwin Brave. Carson Hill, the senior, will be down to get the coin toss here tonight.
So waiting on the introduction as they will make their way out to midfield. The rest of the team for the Eagles down to our left. Getting ready to make their way to the near sideline as we're 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from kickoff to the 2010 season. To say this game was much anticipated by fans everywhere is the understatement of the year. We'll head down now to Ryan Chambers and our referee, Steve Marlowe.
Play hard, play clean, okay? You call the toss, that's tails, that's heads, that's heads, that's tails. Call it for again. What you call? What do you call? Tails. Call tails, and it's heads. You want the phone?
We'll be back for the kickoff here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment as we continue on the countdown to kickoff presented by State Farm Insurance. This is Georgia Southern football.
Eagle fans know what's important. Preparation, hard work, dedication, and great teamwork. This is Jeff Monken, head football coach for Georgia Southern. And it's those same qualities possessed by the team of Citizens Bank that make me want to bank there. They have competitive products and excellent customer service. They are the friendly faces that you see not only in the lobby, but in our community, schools, and most importantly, during the fall at Paulson Stadium. Stop by and see David Bobian and the staff at Citizens Bank of Bullitt County.
A division of Citizens Bank of Washington County, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Marsha Colson, General Manager of Metter Ford. Just 1 year ago, Ford Motor Company made the tough choice to reject federal bailout money and decided instead to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, as the old saying goes. And here, 1 year later, Ford has seen U.S. sales up 28%, double the pace industry-wide. And with indications for an even bigger 2011, Ford Motor Company and Metter Ford is excited about what the future holds. Be proud to buy American. Be even prouder to drive a Metter Ford. I-16, beautiful Metter, Georgia. See you soon.
This is Jamie Carty with St. Andrews Builders. For nearly 20 years, our company has provided construction services to this area. Although we specialize in quality-built custom homes, our team can also help you to remodel or add to your existing home. St. Andrews Builders is also licensed for light commercial and office construction. We are very proud to be one of the 100 members of the Southern Living Custom Builder Program. This affiliation allows us to provide many benefits to our customers. So stop by our office on Mulberry Street or visit us online at standrewsbuilders.com.
Students have a real need for fast, affordable, high-speed internet. To meet that need, Frontier is pleased to introduce Frontier Fast High-Speed Internet for just $34.99 a month. Here's what's included. A dedicated, unshared connection that won't bog down during peak hours. No lengthy commitments. Our 4-month price protection plans give you the best of both worlds, affordability and flexibility. And go wireless with our extended range wireless modem, perfect for all your wireless devices. Stop by our Frontier offices on East Grady Street in Statesboro to learn more. Early termination fees, taxes, and surcharges may apply.
Time now for the first half kickoff presented by Geico Insurance. For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on auto insurance. Billy Greer puts it on the toe, and we've got football in Statesboro.
A little confusion there in the end zone. Sorry about that, Chris. It didn't look like he was wanting to come out. At one point, the officials weren't giving us a good signal whether he was staying in the end zone, Ryan. Got me a little confused on
Justin Babb actually took it. He wasn't signaling for a fair catch. He was almost just going to wait and see what the defense, I guess, did. But certainly they gave him the fair catch. They'll bring it to 20.
Savannah State will start on offense as we get underway here in 2010, led on the field by Alfred A.J. DePhillips, the junior out of Pooler, Georgia, product of Benedictine High School, will bring out
The Tigers dressed in all white, orange numerals, orange helmets. For your Georgia Southern Eagles dressed in their Georgia Southern blue tops, white pants, and, of course, Georgia Southern blue helmets. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line as the Tigers attack right to left on your dial. We're just about set to get the first play of scrimmage. Here's the snap and trouble up front. Movement along the front. No one set. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. So great stations like News Talk 550, WDUN in Gainesville, and B100, WOBB in Columbus can identify themselves on the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Flagship for Eagle Nation. Eagle 102.9 WPMX Statesboro, a Georgia Eagle broadcasting station.
Savannah State. Coach Julius Dixon, interim head coach, first year as a head coach after spending many seasons as an assistant at his alma mater as well, Furman University. Knows a little bit about this Georgia Southern football program. Played and lost to the Eagles in the '85 championship game and was a co-captain when the Paladins won in 1988. So after the infraction, backs them back 5 yards. First down 15 at the 15-yard line of their very own. Just underway with 14 minutes, 51 seconds remaining here, and still waiting for the officials to let us go. I think they're talking about the clock, Terry.
They are, and Robert, I'm going to tell you, Tinsley Ryan was all in the grill right off the snap and really caused that offensive tackle to jump off sides.
Well, anything for Savannah State, you don't want to give Brent Russell or Roger Tinsley any more time to get this student section fired up, and they are in a frenzy right now across the way from the press box.
DeBose over there at end from his normal linebacker position last year, and that's going to bring a tremendous amount of speed from the corner.
So now they get 15 minutes up on the board, and it'll be first down 15 at the 15-yard line of the Tigers. To Phillips, takes the handoff, keeping near side, coming to the 15, and hog-tied and brought down by E.J. Webb. They're marking down around the 17-yard line, maybe a pickup of 2, that's all. As to Phillips that time, design run, coming around the near side, and E.J. Webb, a young man who has been all about Georgia Southern football, the senior out of Roanoke, Virginia. Has seen a little bit of change here since coming to Statesboro, but the 6'1", 211-pounder said it's all about the uniform. It's all about the team, and it's all about the university. And he's making the start today as an outside linebacker for Coach Brent Pry, the defensive coordinator.
From the safety position and from the various positions he's played, he's been a very good ball hawk. And right there, Ryan and Chris, he shows his speed as Savannah State calls for a timeout.
They'll call a timeout with 14:17 to play here in the first quarter. Just underway, no score from Allen E. Paulson Stadium. We'll return in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern Football.
Ryan Chambers here from the Georgia Southern Radio Network, talking with Mike Williams of Olive Branch Landscape, who rescued my disaster of a yard.
Well, it wasn't as bad as you make it seem, Ryan, but people would be amazed at what a brand new yard does for the value of their home.
I knew you did great commercial work, but you guys service just as many homes.
Well, Olive Branch is not just about grass, trees, and shrubs, Ryan. We create patios, driveways, walkways, pavers, outdoor kitchens. We take care of all of your outdoor needs.
You can go see for yourself by visiting olivebranchlanscape.com.
Now is the time to get to Superior Homes for the largest selection and on-the-lot inventory in Southeast Georgia. Choose from the best names in single wides, double wides, triple wides, even quad wides. Homes of Merit, Destiny, Fleetwood. Superior Homes has the home you want at the price you want to pay. Superior prices, superior products, and superior service. 301 South in Statesboro or call 681-2122. That's 681-2122. Superior Homes.
14:17 remaining first quarter, and all kinds of trouble so far for the Savannah State Tigers, who took the opening kickoff from Billy Greer, a touchback, and now have had trouble after opening the game with a penalty, dropping them back 5 yards. They pick up 3 on a keeper by DePhillips, and now they look at second down and 12 at their 18-yard line. DePhillips, shotgun snap, puts it in the belly, and room right across the middle and into nearly to Eagle territory. Running the football, Justin Babb, the senior out of Atlanta, Georgia, who was the leading rusher on this squad a year ago. And just right up the middle, nothing fancy about that. Some good blocking up front, Terry Harvin, and he'll move the chains and set the first down up near midfield right at the Savannah State 48-yard line.
Good blocking as well, as you just mentioned, but good speed by Babb right up the gut. The senior out of Atlanta, Georgia, shows that he's got some move in his legs.
So that'll change field position in one play. First down and 10. They mark it at the 48. Snap back to the Phillips. Ready to work again. Gives it off to Babb around the right side. Bounces off a tackler. Leapfrogs over another and down to the Georgia Southern 41-yard line. And again, another first down picked up by the Savannah State Tigers. LaRon Scott eventually able to make the stop for Georgia Southern. So the Tigers come out, keep it on the ground, 3 straight plays, and now they're looking at 1st and 10 at the Eagle 41.
Momentum shifted quickly. It took one big play from Babb, and they came right back to him.
Working from the right hash to Phillips again. Will keep after the fake. He'll cut it inside and slide down at the 32-yard line.
Great move. Great move by the quarterback to Phillips there. Josh Rowe over pursuit. He cuts in and pulls it up. Smart move by the quarterback.
9-yard pickup. Sets up second down. They'll actually say he went down about 8 yards down the field. It'll set up second down and 2 at the Eagle 33. So the Tigers, after a slow start, come out, move the football quickly here in the opening moments of the first quarter. Screen. Is it behind him? Live ball. As they threw it behind the intended receiver that time, Thomas Barham. And it's out of bounds near side.
LaRon Scott doing a good job breaking on the ball, too, knowing that it's a live ball.
So that will back up the Tigers. "13 minutes to go here in the first quarter, just underway."
Talking about Justin Babb, the tailback. He's a guy that's got his name in pretty high up in some of the lists, in the all-time rushing list for Savannah State. He certainly knows how to get the job done, and you would think they would rely heavy on him here early.
3rd down and 11 here at the 30. Coverage. Looking again for Barham. It's incomplete. Georgia Southern just a step or 2 away from taking that away, but DePhillips paid for it with a crushing blow as he was hit in the pocket, collapsing. That'll set up 4th down and 11. A decision time here for Coach Dixon and company.
Carson Hill coming in off the corner blitz there, Ryan. Also great penetration by Tinsley and really laid a hit on DePhillips.
Yeah, Carson's a guy that'll step up and hit. He's gotten better at that in his career, coming up against the run.
Derek Williams on to punt for the Tigers. Averaged 38 yards last season, had a long of 58. He'll stand at the 44 of his own. Quick kick, high kick.
Beautiful punt.
Fielded down around the 8. Spinning from left to right, coming back near side. Across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jonathan Bryant, one of the starting A-backs we expect to see today, outfielding punts, and there's been a host of players for Coach Monken doing so, including Bryant, J.J. Wilcox, Jawan Lucky, who was a starting quarterback during the spring game. So the Eagles will take over their first possession of the 2010 season with 12:23 to go. And a little sigh of relief, I think, for Coach Brent Pry in the defense, Terry, after Savannah State comes out and moves the football, but the drive stalls after a little mistake on the screen pass, and the Eagles come out 1st down and 10 at the 22, and the Eagle fans see their beloved option step onto the field for the first time since 2005, and Jabo Shaw will take the pitch and pitch it out to Wilcox coming near side. Stepped out of bounds at around the 29-yard line, but a pickup of 7 will set up 2nd down and 3. Antonio Martin in on the tackle for the Tigers.
Which is exactly what this offense can do, Ryan. Real quickly pick up 7 before he even realized he did. Truthfully, I was actually hoping they'd come out with a pass just for fun. Maybe a bubble screen.
I don't think Coach Monken's into fun, Terry. Just something tells me. 2nd down, 3. Working from the right hash, attacking left to right. Shaw puts it in the belly, right up the middle. Robert Brown, the freshman, out of Macon, Georgia, stopped right there up front by Ladarian Redfield. Going to be shy of the 1st down. Picked up maybe. Nope, they're going to say he got it. Pushed himself forward, picks up the 1st down. Looked like he was initially shy, but then the side judge going over telling the chain crew and the referee it was good enough for a 1st down and 10. So a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Eagles. Again, attacking left to right as Jabo Shaw under center. Brown, your B-back. Setting up option. Here's the pitch. It's going to be Bryant. And good pursuit by the Tigers. Hems up Bryant at about the 39-yard line. Darren Hunter staying at home, the senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. And with 11:25 to play, the Eagles pick up good yardage on 1st down, something that Coach Monken and the staff talked about all fall camp. was setting up nice first and second down yardage. And so far, so good.
Good read by Shaw as well, sucking him in and releasing the pitch right at the right time.
Second down 3 at the Eagle 39-yard line. 11 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Shaw again fakes the pitch. Now he'll roll out to his right. Has time, throws back across the middle. Receivers got it at the Savannah State 45 and down to the 39 with the reception. J.J. Wilcox. A-back coming out of there. Nice pass, wide open across the middle. It's first down and 10 for the Georgia Southern Eagles, playing on the Tigers side of the field for the first time this evening.
Good pass on the run by Jabo Shaw there, Ryan. That was sweet.
Yeah, if you have a quarterback in this offense that can throw, it's awful tough to defend that pass, the A-back releasing out. It's awful tough to defend that, and Shaw's got an arm.
First down and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Tigers. Shaw raises up, shouting instructions left and right. Eagles have split receivers, one to the left, one to the right. Setting up the option. Jabo's going to keep it. And diving down after hitting the hips at the 30-yard line, Darren Hunter makes the stop. But Shaw again, a nice pickup on first down, moving the football, setting up second down and short. It'll be second down and just among two with 10-11 to go here in the first quarter. No score from Allen E. Paulson Stadium. Thank you for joining us across the state of Georgia on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Great group of stations joining us today for Affiliates Day here at the stadium. Second down 2 at the 30. Shaw waiting on the snap as Savannah State starting to crowd the box. Here's Shaw keeping right side. He'll get the first down and diving head first down to the 22-yard line. Another first down for the Eagles as Antonio Martin, the defensive back for Savannah State, makes the tackle with 9:46 to go. And the Eagles right now doing what they want to do offensively.
Shaw taking a pretty good hit shot to the head there, Ryan.
You know, one stat we talked about in the pregame, Terry, that I thought kind of sums all this up. Mitchell Williford was the leading active passer on this roster, one completion for 10 yards. Jabo Shaw is now the leading active passer. That'll tell you some of the turnover you're dealing with in 2010.
First down and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Tigers. Handed off to Robert Brown. He'll be stuffed as the right side of that line collapses. The ball came out, but the whistle had already blown as he has stood up, trying to go left side. Nothing doing. As Cedric Chambers able to stand him up on that front of the defensive line for the Savannah State Tigers. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10 right at the 22-yard line. Robert Brown getting the start after Zeke Rozier going down to an injury during fall camp. This young man has responded, according to the coaching staff, just the way you would expect. Here's Shaw keeping it around the right side, trying to spread to the wide side of the field. He'll be dropped after about a half-yard gain. J. Vincent Cochran, the outside linebacker from College Park, Georgia, a senior. Very few seniors on this team for Coach Julius Dixon after all of the fallout in the offseason.
We talked about the way to stop the spread option or disrupt it is penetration in the backfield, and that's what Channing Welch did as well, the left guard tackle there for Savannah State. The kid out of Furman that transferred in, the senior, did a really good job of disrupting this offense and pushing Shaw back.
Third down 9 at the 21 of the Tigers. Eagles trying to get inside the red zone as Shaw takes a snap, drops back, throws. Bryant, arms extended in the end zone, just off his fingertips and incomplete in the right back corner. And that'll set up fourth down and 9. And it looks like the Eagles will send on the kicking team. It'll be Adrian Mora, the junior place kicker out of Dalton, Georgia, trying to get the first points on the board for the 2010 season. I'd like to send our best wishes to the Georgia Southern golf team, along with Mike Cummings and John Mulheron, listening in St. Andrews, Scotland. What time is it in St. Andrews, Ryan? Here is the kick attempt on its way by Mora, and it's good. The Eagles get up on the scoreboard. Adrian Mora makes it 3-0 with 7:52 to go here in the first quarter. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. Your score again, Georgia Southern 3, Savannah State 0. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
I get to work before most mamas and papas are waking up their kids for breakfast. I don't leave till after dark on many days. Taking care of the field is like taking care of a baby. This is my baby, and it's my house. There are so many stories to be told. Erk Russell, 6 national titles, being on the field when they tore down the goalpost, and there are many other stories that could be told. I guess you could say after 30 years, Georgia Southern has become a way of life for me. I'm Roger Emmett, Director of Athletic Facilities at Georgia Southern. I'm Georgia Southern True Blue. Are you?
Visit Georgia Southern University today. Online at georgiasouthern.edu.
Now let's throw it down to the legend, Pat Summerall, for a report from the sidelines. Pat?
Well, fellas, the atmosphere here at Loco's Grill and Pub is intense. Let's talk to one of these modern-day gladiators. Son, that's quite a plate of Loco's award-winning wings you're tackling. What's the game plan?
Well, they have lots of awesome sauces, so I stored the ones I like, and then I eat them.
Unbelievable. Now back to you.
Well, there you have it. Apparently, it's no contest. Stop by and see for yourself. Loco's Grill and Pub is just crazy good.
Back at Allen E. Paulson Stadium, Eagles get on the board 3-0. After the Eagles kick off to Savannah State, they move the ball down the field, but eventually stall. Punt back to the Eagles, and the Georgia Southern offense marches down the field. 10 plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes, 31 seconds, capped off by an Adrian Moore field goal to take the lead 3-0.
There's some thought of who would be kicking for this stat. This was a position battle that went all the way down to the end. It's good to have competition like that with Greer and Adrian Moore, and we've seen what Moore has done in this program, and it's good to see him out and get a little confidence behind him here early.
Kick by Greer on its way, end over end. About a yard deep into the end zone. This time going to be brought out by the Tigers across the 10, 15, trying to spin out of the way, and brought down at the 20-yard line is Justin Babb. The Eagles say they coughed up the football, and they say they have it. The officials slow, though, to agree, and it looks like the Tigers will keep possession. Georgia Southern True Blue, defined as diehard, enthusiastic, lifetime supporter of Georgia Southern University. Are you True Blue? Join the Alumni Association today. Visit alumni.georgiasouthern.edu or call 912-GSU-ALUM. Got to feel like Terry, the coaching staff, after getting those 5 plays, moving down the field, or rather 10 plays and 57 yards. Love to have come away with the touchdown, but
no doubt.
Early on, they'll take the points on the board. And again, we talked about throughout the pregame show and as well as the opening comments here from the booth that the defense really relied upon to set the tone as they have during fall camp. As the Tigers come out for Savannah State, their second offensive possession of the evening. DePhillips throwing across the middle. Deflected and incomplete. Was trying to hit Laken Thomas, the junior out of McDonough, Georgia, and it just off his left hand and falls to the field. Set up second down and 10 at the 20. Checking scores from around the Southern Conference. Florida no problem today after a little slow start. 59-6 over Samford. Citadel no problem with Showen. 56-14. And Appalachian State, after trailing virtually the entire game, now leads with 5:58 to go in the fourth quarter, 42-35 over Chattanooga up in the Scenic City. DePhillips on second down will be mashed down, dropped around the 16. Brent Russell got to him. The sophomore out of Comer, Georgia. College Sporting News FCS player, or rather freshman of the year, has just been a beast. He's been a beast since arriving here on campus and had to be redshirted after getting the start against the Georgia Bulldogs back in 2008. Was injured in that game and came back last year with reckless abandon and certainly deserved the honor from the College Sporting News, and that time picks up the first sack of the season for the Eagles, and it sets up third down and 16 back at the 12-yard line of the Tigers. Under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. A 3-0 Georgia Southern lead. To Phillips throwing screen right side at the 10 and brought down immediately. Dylan Cook made the catch.
Carson Hill doing a great job, Chris. Coming in there, doing a good read on that, shutting off the block, and making a great open field tackle there, Ryan.
They're having a hard time, Savannah State is, at controlling the line of scrimmage. We talked about in the opening comments, Brent Russell, every bit deserving of the hard work that he's put in, all the accolades he's gotten. He's showing here very early why he could be a very destructive force, just even being double-teamed as he's seen here a little bit here early.
Derek Williams now 8 yards deep into his own end zone with 6:19 to play. Will take the high snap, kick it away. Very quick kick. Bryant fields it.
at the Savannah State 36, far side. Now trying to cut it back to the middle of the field, and it'll be dropped at the 32-yard line. But excellent field position for Georgia Southern to start their second offensive drive of the night. The last one netted a field goal from Adrian Mora to get the lead 3-0.
Talking about DePhillips, the quarterback for Savannah State. He ran that option at BC, but yeah, he's a guy that can throw the ball a little bit. Talking with some of the coaches, talking with some of the folks at Savannah State, they talk about his ability to throw on the move. Looking at least the numbers, he's going to probably have to throw a little bit on the move, and that's certainly to his advantage.
39-yard field goal for Adrian Mora. As the Eagles come back out on offense, Jabo Shaw working from the left hash, first down and 10 at the Savannah State 31-yard line. They'll motion Wilcox. Shaw's going to keep it up the middle and dive forward inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Xavier Lewis, defensive end out of Atlanta, Georgia, a sophomore, 6'3", 265 pounds, makes the stop as we roll under 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter of action.
We did so good job on the opening possession, Ryan, of getting second down and 3, second down and 2, second down and 4. And that's what you really need out of this offense because it opens it wide open for you.
Second down 7 now at the 28-yard line. Shaw takes a snap, looking to throw now. Flushed out of the pocket to the right, on the run, throws, got a receiver open at the 15-yard line. Patrick Barker hauls it in. It's a first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles as Shaw, 2 for 2 in the passing department, sets up the Eagles for the first time this evening inside the red zone.
Barker, Mr. Reliability over there. Good job.
Barker, the sophomore out of Ponte Vedra, Florida.
Did a good job of turning around, showing Shaw his numbers and giving him an easy target to hit.
First down 10 at the Savannah State 13-yard line. Working from the right hash. Eagles attacking left to right on your dial. Bryant in motion at the snap. Give it off to Brown. He'll chug his way right up the gut. Stood up at the 10. They'll mark him just outside the 10-yard line. As Channing Welch, transfer out of Furman University, makes the stop for Savannah State.
Brown, the true freshman, as we mentioned during pregame, out of Westside High School in Macon, Georgia. A stellar career out there. Thought would be a great fit for this offense and has come in and earned the starting job.
Eagles will march over the football as Brandavius Mann, 258-pound junior out of Forsyth, Georgia, ready to snap the ball to Jabo Shaw, working from the left hash. Shaw on the snap, gives it off to Brown. Brown again battling his way to the 5, just inside the 5 before he's pushed back there, but impressive running, leg strength by Robert Brown, 5'11", 194 pounds, out of Macon, Georgia. One of those jewels that was taken away by Coach Monken and his staff on signing day back in February. And I know, Ryan, everybody that's familiar with what Robert Brown's career was like at Macon Westside High School was kind of stunned to find out he was coming to Statesboro.
Yeah, he split a lot of carries, and I think that fell a little bit under the radar unless you were poking into Macon and watching him, at least by the numbers.
Third down and 2 now at the 5 of Savannah State. Shaw again calling for the snap. Pitch coming out to Bryant. Had to bobble it momentarily, then got under control and dives down to around the 3-yard line, right near the first down sticks, as Darren Hunter able to get him down on the field with 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. A 3-0 Georgia Southern lead on a 39-yard field goal by Adrian Mora. And Bryant able to lunge far enough for the first down. It'll be first down, goal to goal for the Georgia Southern Eagles.
Really getting tripped up, but Bryant, to his credit, doing a good job of making sure he got both hands on the ball because he was bobbling it. That could have been disastrous.
They'll mark the football down at the 2-yard line. First down, goal to go at the 2. Jabo with the snap. Robert Brown diving in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. They haven't given it. Now they do. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. The true freshman out of Macon, Georgia, gets the first score of the season, make it 9-0. And just like Christmas morning to a 5-year-old, Coach Monken and the Eagles, along with Robert Brown, give this Eagle crowd what they've been wishing for all year long, a rushing touchdown. 9-0 as Mora comes on to the point after. Snap. set. Kick on its way. Kick is good. 10-0. Georgia Southern with the lead. 3:11 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern football.
This is Adam Hebert from Ag South Farm Credit. Whether it's a single acre to build that special dream home or a few hundred acres for that dream weekend hideaway, call the winning team at Ag South Farm Credit.
That's right, Adam. This is Rodney Fowler, and for over 90 years, we have specialized in making real estate loans, and no one does it better. As a cooperative, Ag South sends our profits to our members. Last year to the tune of $21 million.
Convenient service, competitive, fixed rates, and loans that pay you. Call Adam, Rodney, or me, Josh Martin, at 764-9091. Ag South is an equal housing lender.
Hi, my name is Per Holtze, owner and general manager of the recently remodeled Quality Inn & Suites on South Main Street in Statesboro. We're a locally owned and operated hotel and work hard to ensure that Statesboro is known for its Southern hospitality. With our award-winning Manny's Neighborhood Grill, award-winning Statesboro Ballroom, saltwater pool, fitness room, complimentary breakfast, and professional staff, it is no surprise that the Quality Inn & Suites was voted best hotel in Statesboro. Y'all come see us at 230 South Main Street and make our home yours.
Today's broadcast is an exclusive copyrighted presentation of the Georgia Southern Radio Network through rights granted by Georgia Southern University. Thank you for listening and enjoy today's game.
3:11 to play here in the first quarter, and Georgia Southern leading 10-0 as Robert Brown, the true freshman out of Macon, Georgia, bangs it in from the 2-yard line.
Great defense led to great field position. Georgia Southern getting the ball 6 plays, 31 yards. The true freshman Robert Brown out of Westside High School in Macon scores his first Eagle touchdown, and Georgia Southern leads 10-0. Back to Chris.
Here's the kick, left to right, again end over end and deep. Going back to field it is Babb, this time 3 yards deep. Thought about it for a moment, decides to take a knee. And Savannah State will come out to the 20-yard line. Georgia Southern football presented in part by the University Store. Much more than just a bookstore. The University Store is your game day headquarters with exclusive Nike sideline gear, tailgating supplies, and gifts for Eagle fans everywhere. Visit their campus location, game day stores at Paulson, or online anytime at GSUstore.com. The University Store, official outfitters to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
A lot of great affiliates in town today for affiliate weekends. Good to have them all here throughout the great state of Georgia. Back listening to Warner Robbins on WRWR 107.5. Appreciate them as well.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line for Savannah State. The Phillips take the shotgun snap. Gets it off to Babb. Again, a little room over the 20-yard line, but not much more than that as the Eagles' defense collapses down. Pickup of maybe 2.5 yards. As checking in for the first time, Josh Gebhardt, freshman out of Douglasville, Georgia. Been high on the coach's list throughout fall camp.
AJC Super 11. He's a big name coming out of prep. A lot of people focus on the Robert Browns and the Utes, a lot of the offensive guys. Gebhardt's a guy that a lot of people in the prep area up in Atlanta know and thought a lot of. I think a good addition here early.
Second down, 8 for the Tigers at their very own 22-yard line, and all kinds of movement up front. Both the offense and defensive line got to scrimmaging before the ball came out. The Phillips looked like maybe he wasn't part of the game as that snap came out late.
Ball start. Number 71 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Main second down.
You got to enjoy this crowd, Ryan, that it was a slow turnout of a crowd, but once they showed up, there's certainly the hill starting to get full.
It's starting to push 20. I wouldn't be surprised to see this as a 20,000 announced tonight. It's filling up. This is a fantastic crowd this early in the season.
Depends on who's counting. If I'm counting, it's 20 or more.
Second down, 13 after the infraction. Now back at the 17-yard line. The motion Thomas. Right to left to Phillips, stepping back, throws across the middle. Nobody there across the middle of the field. Incomplete, sets up 3rd and 13.
You watch a team come in and do something like that, some similar to a play-action pass. It is so much fun to watch LaRon Scott down here. He can literally take half a step that folks can't take because he's so fast to be able to recover. That time you saw him stop just for a split second. Receiver half a step behind him, but before the ball was even cocked, he was already 2 steps behind. All the speed that he and Carson Hill bring to this defense, I think, think it's really going to allow the defensive line up front to do some special things.
Especially since it looked like it might have been a little bit of breakdown in coverage from the safety position as McCray was a little late getting back. And as you mentioned, our speed helped us out on the corners.
Third down, 13 from the 17 to Phillips in trouble, trying to step up, brought down. Brent Russell, second sack of the night, brings down to Phillips at around the 13-yard line. It's punt time for the Savannah State Tigers.
Brent Russell, as Ryan has mentioned, Ryan, I think we're going to be calling that out quite a bit this year.
Yeah, you would think so. He is a special player. Again, to watch what he went through last year, moving out of defensive end, playing a 3, playing the nose, moving all over the place, double team, triple team. He never seemed to be able to stop him.
Derek Williams now 3-yard deep in his own end zone with 1:32 to play, and the Eagles up 10-0 here in the first quarter. Snap back. Williams kicks it away from the 1-yard line. High kick. Bryant going far side. Fields it at the 45 of the Tigers, and then falling out of bounds, far sideline. That's where the Eagles will set up shop with 1:20 to play here in the first quarter and a 10-0 Georgia Southern lead.
That's scary there, Ryan. Go ahead.
You know, something else I was going to mention, everybody talking about how great the crowd is. Something else that folks have talked about the last 2 weeks is how great the field looks. And I don't just say that because Roger Emmons standing right beside me. Now, I really believe that this is the best I've seen this field in quite some time. I did a heck of a job. Beautiful.
I agree with you. It's good to see those logos in the end zone, too, by the way.
It is. The paint looks good. Everything looks great.
First down, 10 at the 45-yard line. The Eagles take over their third possession of the afternoon, headed into the evening hours. Shaw going to keep it himself. Brought down from behind by Channing Welch. After picking up a yard, that's about it to the 44-yard line of Savannah State. 1:11 to play.
Good field position again. Three possessions so far. Twice starting on their side of the 50. That's a good position to be in.
Talked about all of the new players and new names here for the Eagles. A lot of guys you knew from last year who are the veterans as sophomores playing in different roles, including the A-backs, Wilcox and Bryant. Shaw setting up option left side. He's got some room down to the 40, 35, and then brought down inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. Enough for a Georgia Southern first down as Cedric Jean-Baptiste, outside linebacker from Homestead, Florida. After a huge hole opened up on that left side, Jago had plenty of room to run.
Great read, Ryan, showing his veteran experience back there. As the defender went to the pitch man, he was able to tuck it and run it.
Well, it's a blessing to have him. Certainly the captain out there knows what the finished product is supposed to look like and will help some of these youngsters, move into this offense.
First down 10 now at the Savannah State 33-yard line. Shaw again will bring out the troops. Robert Brown, your B-back. Bryant and Nico Hickey into the game as the A-backs. Hickey in motion. Give it off to Brown. Up the middle inside the 30. Brought down hard at about the 28-yard line.
Needs to tuck that ball in, Ryan. He had that thing dangling out there. Had me worried.
Did you see that surge? He tried to get up ahead. The strength of Robert Brown. He put himself out there to try to pick up an extra yard or two. You like the effort, but, hold the phone. It's just his first ball game there, son.
Robert Brown picks up 5 yards. It'll set up second down and 5, but we've come to the end of the first quarter. Georgia Southern leading 10-0 over the Savannah State Tigers. We'll return to the prettiest little stadium in America in just a moment for second quarter action. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, and nobody shows more pride than Georgia Southern fans. And the University Store can help you show your true blue every day at work or at play with exclusive Nike sideline gear, Under Armour, and Russell athletic apparel. Make it clear that you bleed Georgia Southern blue. You can shop their campus location, their game day locations at Paulson Stadium, or online anytime at gsustore.com. Helping you be true blue every day. Show your Eagle pride with a visit to the University Store. More than just a bookstore. The official outfitter to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Georgia Southern football presented in part by Bud Light. Sure sign of good times, the just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go. Bud Light reminds you to always drink responsibly and always designate a driver. Bud Light, a proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. Move sides of the field. Second down 5 at the 28-yard line. Eagles with the football. They lead 10-0 here, just starting the second quarter of action. Working now right to left. Here's the pitch. Hickey far side trying to cut it back inside the 25. Spun down around the 22 as Darren Hunter got to him. And Hunter's been a busy man so far today. That's the 5th tackle he's been in on, trying to cover the edge against the speed of the Eagles.
And Nico comes out of Columbus, but Shelley High School came in here as a wide receiver. His speed is going to enable him to play a very good A-back for us as well, as we just saw him pick up a first down and move the chains. 1st and 10. Ball at the 21.5, and the Eagles are knocking on the door again.
1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line. 2 possessions, 2 scores. A 39-yard field goal and a 2-yard touchdown by Robert Brown. Shaw with the snap, setting up the option. Here's the late pitch. Hickey's got it far sideline, tiptoeing down the sideline. Flag coming in as he's bounced out of bounds before hitting pay dirt. Darren Hunter able to bounce him out, but a flag on the play. We'll get that coming up in just a moment from Steve Marlowe, our referee.
Might have grabbed his face mask, but it looks like it might be against the Eagle on a holding or something.
I don't think there's any might to
holding.
it.
It's a holding against Southern. The outside receiver coming back, trying to get the block in there to spring Nico again.
Holding the offense, number 88.
Yep.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
I don't think Terry saw it.
Tyler.
I can tell you that.
I saw something else. How about that? Tyler Sumner trying to get that block in there. Just had a nice grip on the jersey there. And Coach Monken calls him over to the sidelines to have a chat.
At the end of the first quarter, Georgia Southern 15 carries, 67 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Savannah State 8 carries, 35 yards on the ground.
First penalty on the day for Southern, if I'm not mistaken. I hate to jinx this like that.
Backs us up. 1st down 15 at the 27-yard line, working from the right hash mark. Jabo Shaw, and before the snap, flags again coming out. It looks like motion on the Georgia Southern offensive front.
And that's my fault. I'll take full responsibility for it. I did jinx this. Wave it off. Come on, wave it off. Bail me out.
Time is out. Georgia Southern. Their first charge timeout of the game.
So the Eagles call the timeout just before the snap. 13:55 to go, second quarter action. Eagles up 10-0. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern football.
Hi, my name is Per Holtze, owner and general manager of the recently remodeled Quality Inn & Suites on South Main Street in Statesboro. We're a locally owned and operated hotel and work hard to ensure that Statesboro is known for its Southern hospitality. With our award-winning Manny's Neighborhood Grill, award-winning Statesboro Ballroom, saltwater pool, fitness room, complimentary breakfast, and professional staff, it is no surprise that the Quality Inn & Suites was voted best hotel in Statesboro. Y'all come see us at 230 South Main Street and make our home yours.
You expected the best at Garden Works, now you can expect the best at Market Works. Market Works still offers healthy plans, but now there are so many more reasons to shop their new location on Northside Drive in Statesboro. They have fresh fish, shrimp, oysters, and live blue crabs, and you'll never beat their friendly service. Stop by and register for a low country boil that feeds up to 25 people and other giveaways. Call Dana at 681-9899 if you need more information. Market Works, Northside Drive in Statesboro.
13:55 to play, second quarter action here in Statesboro. Georgia Southern up 10-0 over Savannah State. Time to look at some more stats on the game tracker delivered by your Southeast Toyota dealer, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern football. Toyota moving forward, total offense, Eagles 18 plays, 105 yards. Savannah State 12 for 32. 1st and 15 at the 27-yard line. Eagles have the football. Trying to knock on the door one more time. Jabo Shaw, Nico Hickey, Robert Brown. They'll send out Bryant as a slot left side. Option. Shaw's going to keep it. Lost the football, and Savannah State appeared to have it. A big pile down around the 25. It just popped out. And the Eagles may have been able to save on it initially. Savannah State had Baptiste right on top of it, but I don't think he was able to hold on. So the Eagles will keep possession here.
Good job, Dorian Bird out of Macon, Georgia. Another West Side kid wisely jumping on that fumble, Ryan, and keeping Southern still within scoring position.
Well, Shaw was going down the line of scrimmage. It looked like he wanted to cut back in behind Bird at tackle. Bird leading the way, put it on the ground. Bird, like you said, good reflex to get on the ground and pick it up.
Wilcox and Hickey, the A-backs. Robert Brown, the B-back. Shaw under center. Second down, 16. At the 26, here's pitch. Near side, Hickey. Down to the 20. Hard hit coming up. Darren Hunter again makes the stop. Hickey looks so fluid out there running the football as he makes it down. They mark it just inside the 20.
He belongs at that A-back position.
About a 6-yard pickup by Hickey.
We mentioned Dorian Bird, another true freshman. True freshman anchoring that left tackle position for Georgia Southern.
Third down coming up for the Eagles offense. 1 of 2 so far this evening. It'll be 3rd down and 8 at the Tiger 20-yard line. Shaw takes out, steps in the pocket, has time, now throws. Hickey wide open at the 15 to the 10 and spun down around the 8-yard line, but it's good enough for a Georgia Southern first down. Hickey wide open in the right flat. Nobody there. Eventually Antonio Martin got turned around and got to Hickey before he could get set to head for pay dirt.
Again, Hickey doing a good job looking that ball in. Nice pass by Shaw, Ryan. Hit him on the numbers in stride.
Yeah, Coach Pride told us in the pregame he wants guys that want to be out there. They've got a little, case of the wants, I guess you could say, as a coach once said. But Nico Hickey's a guy his coaching staff has praised since day one. They like his effort, and it's certainly starting to pay off, I think, at the A-back position.
First down, goal to go at the Savannah State 8-yard line. Shaw. Pitch coming to Wilcox, far side. He'll lower the shoulder, stay on his feet after hit initially, making his way down near the 6-yard line. Savannah State had it covered up, and give Wilcox some credit from laying the wood in his own right.
Yeah, he got nailed there, and then he turned around and kept going there, and I like seeing those knees go like that.
You see Patrick Barker downfield?
Love it. All that blocking.
You won't accuse him of missing a block. He just took a cornerback into the back of the end zone after about 2 seconds of the play was over.
Hey, those are great. Hey, Georgia Southern, I'm sorry, we've been known for our wide blockers, and Barker is going to be another good one.
Second down, goal to go from the 7-yard line. This time working from the right hash. Shaw shouting instructions, now steps under center. A Brandavius man takes a snap, keeps it rolling out right, will keep it, faking the pitch, and brought down right around the 2-yard line. Darren Hunter again making his case for the leading tackler so far in this game. Last year, 19 tackles, had an interception. Senior out of Tri-Cities High School in Atlanta. And the Eagles look at 3rd down, goal to go from the 2-yard line. They're 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions, but the crowd here at Paulson wants 6.
Wow, look at the hill. Man, this is great.
3rd down, goal to go from the Tiger 2-yard line. Shaw to Brown. Lost his footing and went down at the 1-yard line. Just seemed to lose his left cleat.
Yes, he did.
And slipped up. Now comes up short.
Now we're going to see if Monken has a little Johnson in him. No doubt with Paul Johnson, his history says that he'll go for it in this position to get the field goal, and it looks like Monken's going to do the same.
Linebacker Gene Batiste, he's another one of the athletes defensively for Savannah State, and he came in and laid the one on Robert Brown. That's an interesting matchup to watch in the hole there.
For what it's worth, last year, Georgia Southern 6 of 17, 35% on 4th down. It's 4th down, goal to go from the 1. Eagles, long snap count. Shaw will take out. He's going to keep, follow behind the left side. Put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Jabo Shaw, his first touchdown as an Eagle. Makes it 16-0 with 9:47 to play here in the first half. And that left side of that offensive line, gentlemen, wide open.
They did a good job over there. Dorian Bird, Blake did a good job. Brandavius man from the center position.
He could have Dion'd into the end zone there if he had so chosen to.
9:47 remaining in the first half, and Adrian Moore on again. Snap, set, kick is on its way. This kick is right through. 17-0, Georgia Southern builds their lead. midway through the second quarter of action. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. Your score, Georgia Southern 17, Savannah State nothing. You're listening to Georgia Southern football.
Okay, back when moonwalking was hip, the Eagles were fielding their first football team. 6 national championships later, they have truly dominated the competition. Talk about legendary. Like Ford F-150, it hauls more, tows more, and gets more out of a gallon of gas. That's why for 33 straight years, F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck. Legendary champions, legendary truck. F-150, built Ford tough. Visit your local Ford dealer or log on to shopfordnow.com today. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR when properly equipped.
Today we salute you, Mr. T-shirt launcher inventor. Not satisfied with standard souvenir distribution, you created a device with enough kick to dislocate a mascot's shoulder.
Someone get a stretcher.
Your high-powered cotton cannon makes every section the nosebleed section.
Hit the deck.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, marksman of the mezzanine.
Mr. T-shirt launcher inventor.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Coming up at halftime, fans, Russ Brown will recap the first half with stats, highlights, and we'll update you on scores from around the country on the Southern Halftime Report presented by the Georgia Lottery. The Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. Right now it is the day for Georgia Southern with 9:47 to go in the first half. They lead 17-0. And Terry, not bad. 3 possessions, 3 scores.
3 possessions, 3 scores, line drive kick. Oh, man, nice pitching wedge. Ball dies on about the 9 to 10 yard line. Not exactly the kick you want, but it works out to the best. 3 possessions, 3 scores, 12 plays, 45 yards. Almost a fumble. Bird doing a good job of jumping on and saving it for Southern. Shaw showing he has passing ability to Nico Hickey, but he caps it off with a 2-yard scamper, if you will, into the end zone on the left side. Jabo Shaw, Georgia Southern takes a 17-0 lead in the second quarter.
Taking a look at the Toyota game tracker. Georgia Southern right now on the ground. 22 carries, 89 yards as a team. Jabo Shaw, 9 carries of that for 38 yards. Savannah State back onto the field. Opening drive got them down into Eagle territory, but since then it's been all Georgia Southern's defense. And again, another handoff going nowhere as Georgia Southern smothers it up. Dehan DeBose moved to the defensive end position in fall camp, showing what he can do with his speed and ability, as Babb goes nowhere that time on the carry.
DeBose had the ability from the linebacker position to go from sideline to sideline with his speed, but he also had great strength. Man, that's going to really work to his advantage from that defensive end position.
Loss of 3, second down, 13. Back at the 7-yard line to Phillips in trouble in the end zone. Now just sidearms this one to get it away. Incomplete.
He did have a running back in that area, so he tossed it down his feet. But a favorite of Ryan's before the game started, Roger Tinsley, all in his face.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, DeBose would have had him in the end zone. He had holding on Demetrius Edwards on the tackle position, number 70, that absolutely just got blown down here. DeBose was livid coming out. I was a little livid, too, I'll be honest. They missed one there.
Third down, 13 at the 7-yard line of their very own. To Phillips out of a shotgun. Babb back there to block. As Phillips stands up, throws this one nearly picked off. It's deflected. As Darius Eubanks, the outside linebacker, bandit back, got his hand on it. It's incomplete, sets up 4th and 13, and another nice job by the Georgia Southern defense. More than likely will set up great field position here on the expected punt coming from Derek Williams.
It should be the third. Hopefully it'll be the third time in this ball game out of 4 possessions that Southern starts on the Savannah State side of the field there, inside the 50. But again, great speed, great presence of mind back there by Eubanks.
Jonathan Bryant back deep for the Eagles, stands at the Savannah State 47-yard line. High snap. Williams gets it away, but quickly takes a bounce at the 30. Coming up the field, it will be Bryant at about the 37-yard line. Savannah State able to get down to him and stop him at around the 36. So great field position coming up for Georgia Southern with 8:51 to play. Still second quarter action. They lead 17-0 in the opening game of the 2010 campaign.
doing a good job of putting pressure on the punter there. The snap was a little bit high. I thought Showers was going to get in there, the wide receiver in there trying to block the punt. He held back wisely so they didn't run into the punter, but it was enough pressure on the punter to cause him to kick it bad, poorly.
Georgia Southern now moving Blake DeBartolo. He'll stand over the football here and snap it to Jabo Shaw. First down and 10 at the 36-yard line of Savannah State. Fourth possession of the afternoon for the Eagles. Shaw faking the pitch, now stands back in the pocket, throws downfield, and stretching out for the catch. It's made. Darion Robinson steps in as a slot receiver, hauls in the catch to pick up the first down for the Eagles inside the red zone against Savannah State.
Good catch, good pass, takes a knee to the head, pops back up.
First down and 10 at the Savannah State 12-yard line. And Shaw throwing the ball excellent so far here in his first appearance as an Eagle quarterback. Robinson will stay in as a slot back. And now it looks like another timeout taken by Georgia Southern prior to the snap. With 8:24 to go here in the second quarter, they lead 17-0. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern football.
40 years in counting, serving Statesboro's favorites. Ford's Pit Barbecue on Northside Drive West in Statesboro. Tailgate specials and kits for the games on the weekend. Catering for business and special functions. Host the all-you-can-eat buffet. Ribs every day except Friday. Barbecue. Southern fried chicken, Brunswick stew, rice, stewed tomatoes, slaw, salad, and desserts on the buffet. Plus Fridays, enjoy seafood and Lake Country Boil. Boyd's Pit Barbecue, the Hunter's breakfast on the weekends and also serving breakfast every day in the morning, including Sunday. Call them 764-9995 for Boyd's Pit Barbecue, Northside Drive West, Statesboro.
Now more than ever, it's time to bank smart.
Have you really thought about relationship banking and what it can do for you? At Sea Island Bank, your checking account earns relationship rates on money market accounts and certificates of deposit. And your loans, credit card balances, and deposits help you earn extra interest on a signature preferred checking account.
Bank smart. Visit your nearest Sea Island Bank office today. Deposit and loan products subject to credit approval. Interest penalty required for early withdrawal of a time deposit. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Live coverage of Georgia Southern football energized by Georgia Power. Go to GeorgiaPower.com. Learn how you can save money and conserve energy. Georgia Power, a Southern company. Well, right now, the Georgia Southern offense looking a lot like the Georgia Power Company with 8:24 to go. Here in the second quarter, they lead 17-0. 3 possessions, 3 scores. Started with a 39-yard field goal by Adrian Mora, followed by a 2-yard Robert Brown touchdown, and Jabo Shaw able to add one on the ground from 1 yard out. Looking at first down and 10 at the Savannah State 12-yard line. The Eagles have played on the Tiger side of the field all afternoon, and we got a flag coming out as Shaw took the snap.
And Coach Monken not particularly happy with the line judge right there. You see, he's almost out to the hash mark here yelling at him. But it looks like we called another timeout on Georgia Southern.
So Coach Monken not pleased at all. I think he
was having to call timeout because of the play clock, Ryan. Am I reading that correctly?
I think you are. I think you can tell probably from the communication between the two that there is some disagreement. I was a communication major, and these things I can pick up pretty well.
24 seconds.
I tell you one thing, this offense, you talk about all the pros of it, and it grinds clock down. Just for the sheer time running, you have less plays that could be missed by, certain officiating crews. That's one, another positive thing.
Defense doing a stellar job today, and this offense taking advantage of it when they've been able to get the ball. Georgia Southern time of possession, 14 minutes and 28 seconds compared to Savannah State, 7 minutes and 9 seconds, 89 yards on the ground today for the Eagles, 73 yards in the air. Jabo Shaw, effective when he has thrown the ball, Ryan. He's 4 of 5 from the quarterback position.
Yeah, and I think everybody thought there'd be a possibility we'd see a lot of throwing. You work yourself into this offense, and if you take away that dive, you take away some of the running game, it's hard. Like we said, it's hard to defend the A-backs releasing out. We've seen some of that here in the first half.
So back on the field, first down and 10, the Tiger 12-yard line. Shaw has Lamar Brown, Robert Brown, and Darion Robinson in the backfield. Shaw's going to keep it, trying to go between right tackle And the Tigers collapse, getting in there to lay a hit on quickly. Reginald Gibbons, the junior out of New Orleans.
You know, it's a whole new offense, but DeBartolo had a good game last year up in Spartanburg. He's a very athletic offensive lineman. You see him and some of these other teammates here in the offensive line being able to hit that first spot, get into the second level, and to start laying a block. Some good movement of the offensive line here in the first half.
No gain on the play. Second down 10, still at the 12-yard line of Savannah State. Give it off in the belly of Robert Brown, and Savannah State's entire defensive front grabbing a hold and taking a ride. No gain, maybe lost half a yard, maybe got a yard. Let's see. They got him spotted around the 11-yard line, which would be a pickup of a yard, and that is indeed, they'll give Brown the forward motion.
They've really done a good job, Savannah State, having shutting down the dive today. Robert Brown, 8 carries, 20 yards on the day from the B-back position. Savannah State making Georgia Southern beat them on the outside, and that's exactly what they're doing.
7 minutes, 15 seconds. Georgia Southern up 17-0. Big third down and 9 here. The Eagles 2 of 4 on the afternoon. Shaw taking back into the pocket. It collapses now. He's trying to improvise, running into his own offensive lineman. Finds himself free down at the 5, but then trips over Ryan Bird, his offensive lineman. The sophomore out of Woodstock, Georgia. Give the big guy credit. He was trying to go downfield and clear out some room, and Shaw ran right over the top of him. But inside the 5, down around the 3-yard line.
4th and goal. What a great job Jabo Shaw did on that. You mentioned improvising.
4th and about a yard.
Well, he looked like another guy that he backed up at Georgia Tech, taking off like that. It's a physical quarterback in Jabo Shaw, and it's good to see him kind of plant the head and get that extra yard.
That was great dancing. Great dancing.
Got to be frustrating for the Tigers defense. They thought they had the pocket collapsed as Shaw went back to pass, and he improvised and sets up 4th down and about a yard. He'll lunge forward after taking the snap. Appears to be right near where he needs to be. They'll wait and spot the football. The Eagles come up immediately saying first down, goal to go.
He reached over, Chris. He reached out as he was falling down. So good presence of mind. Ryan, you're right there. You see him sticking that ball out?
As he was kind of twisting, he had it in his right hand. He kind of took his out shoulder and rolled outward, I guess, to be able to kind of place the ball over his shoulder to get that extra push.
Coach's son knew the team needed it, got it done. First down, goal to goal inside the 2-yard line of the Tigers. Shaw trying to stay right behind his center, right across, but a flag in the offensive backfield will halt everything with 5:55 to play here in the second quarter.
That came from the referee, the back judge there, or the referee in the backfield of the offense.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 71 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Dorian getting a little excited from the right tackle position. The second penalty on the day for Georgia Southern. Just 10 yards in penalties that backs him up to 1st and goal. Ball spotted, looks like on the 6-yard line.
Eagles will break the huddle. 5:53 to play here in the first half. They lead 17-0. On the doorstep once again, Shaw under center. Robert Brown, your B-back. Wilcox and Lamar Brown, the A-backs. Here's the pitch. Lamar Brown to the 5. Dives in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Great decision by Shaw. Pulled the trigger at the very last moment. And but a dive. Lamar Brown able to get in right at the goal line for his first touchdown to make it 23-0 with 5:37 to go here in the second quarter.
What a great call by Shaw, getting rid of it at the very last moment. Lamar Brown looking it in, smelling the end zone, and put a beeline to it.
We're on for another point after. Kick is up. Kick is good. 24-0. Georgia Southern blanking out the Tigers with 5:37 to go here in the first half. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
The other day, a guy came up to me and asked me if I had the time. Yes, I said, I have the time. It's time to stop wasting time with all these Johnny-come-latelys and start saving some real money on car insurance. It's time you got off your duff and got a free rate quote from Geico. It's time to put a few extra $100 in your pocket. Want to put that off till some other time? I didn't think so.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on car insurance.
5:37 remaining here at the prettiest little stadium in America, and a great crowd on hand so far, watching their Eagles dominate 24-0. They lead over Savannah State. Ensuing kickoff fielded at about the 5-yard line by Justin Babb, and lost his footing across the 15 down at the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Savannah State Tigers. Let's pause 10 seconds so great stations like Easy 1230 WEZO in Augusta and Fox Sports 1460 WHAL in Columbus can identify themselves on this, the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Flagship for Eagle Nation. Eagle 102.9 WPMX Statesboro, a Georgia Eagle broadcasting station.
Eagle fans, Paulson Stadium takes an entire team to keep it in its beautiful condition. Get your own team to beautify your home's yard with Olive Branch Landscaping. If you're looking for a design team to turn your property into a paradise, look no further. For commercial and residential, Olive Branch Landscaping online at olivebranchlandscape.com or 489-2500. Savannah State trying to keep it on the ground with 1st down and 10 at the 17. Justin Babb nowhere to go, maybe lost half a yard that time as Georgia Southern again. After that opening drive, Savannah State able to move the ball down the field. Drive eventually stalled, but they opened the game.
A couple great runs by that running back, Justin Babb. He broke 2 good runs and hasn't been able to do anything since. John Douglas doing a good job from the end position on that last tackle.
Douglas, the transfer out of Auburn University, played as a fullback but impressed the coaches as a defensive end. To Phillips in trouble, brought down at the 5-yard line. Josh Rowe, sophomore middle linebacker out of Opelika, Alabama. He's been a highlight reel since arriving here in Statesboro, and he brought his first sack of the season there with 4:42 to go here in the second quarter.
Man, did he come flying up, Ryan, showing that speed from the linebacker position.
He's a headhunter. There were guys around the program here toward the end with the final scrimmages and started talking up in the stands as we watch it for Paulson. They're going to have to do something. Rowe is hitting people pretty hard. They may need to call this thing off. Just the health, watch the health of your offense. But he's a good athlete, he's a good player, and I think he's really going to shine at the Mike position.
Well, they did a great job of blocking up there, Josh Coleman.
3rd down, 21 to Phillips, airs this one out, and LaRon Scott near side had his fingers over his shoulder. The only man to make a play. They were looking for Dylan Cook down the near sideline, and Scott nearly an INT would have been miraculous, but nonetheless, that'll set up 4th down and long. And another punt situation coming up for Derek Williams, who has been a busy man. The punter out of Toronto, Canada, 6'2", a 159-pounder.
Watch for Bryant back there. He's trying to field this punt. Sun is coming down a little low. It's right in his eyes as he's trying to block it so he can field this punt.
Kick is back to the end zone. Gets it away. As Bryant now will back trail and field it at the Eagle 40, far side of the field, coming to the near side, and has a collision with his own teammate who was trying to set up the block for him, but he gets across into the Tigers' territory at the 45-yard line, as Bryant's been solid so far, fielding the punts for Coach Monken and company.
You're right. Carson Hill coming back to lay a huge block. Bryant not seeing him, cut in, and they almost collided with each other. He more or less tripped him up. But again, here we are, the 5th possession for Georgia Southern today. 4 of those possessions starting on the Savannah State side of the 50.
1st down and 10 at the 46-yard line. Toyota Game Tracker Eagles, 106 yards on the ground, 179 yards of total offense. Shaw waiting on the snap, calls for it, gets it off to Robert Brown. Robert will hit right up the gut, inside the 45 to the 43 before he stopped there by Xavier Lewis.
The hole's just not there for Brown. He's getting every yard he can. He's earning every bit of it. Ryan, what I like about this kid so far is he is keeping it low center of gravity and his legs keep moving.
Well, it's a whole different scenario when you're getting nothing and when you're getting a yard or 2. continue to move the ball forward. And if they're going to take away the dive, you're still going to have to show dive, pick up a couple yards, set yourself up in a little bit better position.
3:21 remaining. Second quarter action. Eagles up 24-0. Second down 10 at the 43-yard line. Shaw keeping on the right side. He's got some room. Cuts it up the right hash and inside the 35, down around the 32-yard line, and up for a Georgia Southern first down. As Xavier Lewis again having to travel downfield from the right defensive end position to pull down Jabo Shaw, who shows a little speed there after he decided to go north-south.
He did a good job. Brown actually thought he was going to fumble it there. He was reaching back for the ball as Shaw yanks it out at the very last second and keeps it.
One of the things that a quarterback position demands in this offense is mental toughness, and so far Jabo Shaw has arrived here for the opening game. Shaw on the pitch, coming to Lamar Brown near side. He'll cut it inside the hash and down around the 25-yard line before he's spilled there. Darren Hunter again in on the tackle with some help from some other Savannah State players.
Hunter all over the field, as you mentioned, from that safety position out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Set up second down and short here. Nope. Now they finally make the decision. I think they were taking a look at it over on the far sideline where the chains were, and now they'll call for a official huddle here. Make sure they're set. It will be a first down. Now they get the indication to move the chain. So first down and 10.
Georgia Southern at 129 yards on the ground so far today, 73 in the air. Shaw 4 of 5 passing, 35 plays, 202 yards. On the flip side, Savannah State 18 plays, 17 yards.
First down and 10 at Savannah State's 22-yard line. Pitch far side going to Hickey. Trying to dance it outside. Gets away down the sideline as a flag comes out. He's bounced out around the 4-yard line. The flag coming out late, but nice footwork by Nico Hickey. Just when it looked like he was going to be wrapped up out on that right corner. Little sidestep gave him a little bit of room to head downfield. But this one may be coming back.
They call that on Lamar Brown. I'd like to know what it is. I thought it was a pretty good block. I was about to say, great block by Lamar Brown to get him on the outside.
Holding on the offense, number 31.
Oh.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Okay.
Replay first down.
Wow. All right.
2:22 to go. Coming up, the Southern Halftime Report as we introduce to you Russ Brown, new member of the broadcast team for 2010. Russ will take a look at the first half statistics brought to you by Toyota. Well, as some highlights, Georgia Southern certainly some so far, leading 24-0 over Savannah State. Eagles have the football, looking at first down 15 now after the infraction. Back at the 26-yard line of Savannah State. Shaw ready to get back to work, takes the snap, 5 steps, back in the pocket, nothing there. Caught from behind and then brought down. Nice pursuit as Reginald Givens got in Jabo's face. Shaw trying to flush out of the pocket. Givens giving chase and brings him down.
Gets up a little bit gimpy as well. Jabo Shaw doing a good job as Givens grabbed his jersey from behind. Jabo Shaw wisely tucks that ball in as he hits to the ground. Second down and about 20, it looks like, at this point.
So now the Eagles facing second down and 20. Back at the 32-yard line of Savannah State. Give it off to Brown. Brown coming near side. Savannah State trying to bring him down as the ball comes out inside the 25. The Eagles jump on top of it. As Brown looked like was stopped, waiting for the whistle, and then the football squirted loose.
Brown on the draw. He held him up, yanked the ball out of his arms. Trey Butler doing a good job of jumping on top of it. Able to pick up, looks like about 7 on that.
Cedric Chambers on the stop for the Tigers as we're under a minute now. 42 seconds and counting here before the end of the first half at Paulson Stadium. 3rd and 13 at the Savannah State 25-yard line. Working from the left hash as the Eagles attack right to left. Shaw on the snap, rolling out to his right, looking downfield. Now we'll toss it out into the flat. Catch going to be made by Trey Butler. And Trey, the freshman, is dropped immediately near the far sideline.
Doesn't get out of bounds. looks the ball in. Now their offense, our kicking team, has to rush out of the field with 22.6 seconds. Charlie Edwards leads them out there with Mora getting ready to put 3 on the board.
So Mora will try to get out after they get set. They were short 4th down and about 6 after Butler hauled in his first reception as a true freshman. Now Mora will try this one. Ball placed down at the 24-yard line, 34-yard attempt. Line drive is good. Second field goal of the evening for Adrian Mora. And he lifts the Eagles to a 27-0 lead with 18.8 seconds remaining before the end of the first half. Pretty efficient offensively so far, Terry Harvin, for the Eagles.
Well, I would say so. 5 possessions, 5 scores, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Now, given they have gotten the ball inside the 50-yard line for Savannah State 4 out of those 5 times, but they made good use of it. Moore coming through with that field goal there. Not a very pretty possession right there for Georgia Southern, but still, nonetheless, getting out of there with 3 points. And to go into halftime leading Savannah State, new coach, new offense, new old offense, and a lot of still expectations and unknown by the Eagle fans. You have to be pleased with a 27-0 lead.
18.8 seconds before the end of the first half. 27-0. Georgia Southern leading. 2 field goals by Adrian Mora. Jabo Shaw with a touchdown. And Terry, you mentioned from the outset of the broadcast, what can Brown do for you? Well, so far for Eagle fans, Lamar Brown and Robert Brown have delivered. Each of those young men, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, good yardage, and again, it's only a matter of time for Robert Brown can break one, Ryan, right up the middle. They've done a good job of shutting it down. His biggest carry has been from the draw, but other than that, they've done a pretty good job of containing the middle.
Well, each feeds off each other. They keep able to get out on the perimeter and get you positive yards. At some point, Robert's going to break one.
Greer this time with a short kickoff fielded around the 20-yard line and finding some room, and finally a return to talk about for Savannah State up across the 35-yard line.
Not a very effective kickoff right there for Southern, giving Savannah State their best starting field position with about 12.8 seconds to play in the half. I guess one big play and you're in field goal position. Their field goal kicker is a junior. Well, both of them, the punter and the kicker, had the same guy out of Canada. Ryan reminded us that earlier.
A beautiful punt last time, eh?
Yes, it was. It actually helped us out because the sun was in Brian's eye. Because it was so long, Brian was able to field it over his shoulder, not having to look in the sun.
So for the first time, Tigers will start with decent field position as DePhillips takes the shotgun snap. Now stepping up in the pocket after being flushed out, throwing far side at the 30, or rather the 42-yard line. He was looking for a receiver on the flat.
Great pressure by DeBose off that defensive end position as he was all in to Phillips' face there right as he released it and able to tattoo him, and he throws the ball into the ground of the Savannah State receiver there. 2nd and 10 with 6.68 seconds left to go in the half for Savannah State.
He was looking for Brian Lackey. The ball just a little underthrown, and a lot of that had to do with the pressure in the pocket. Phillips kind of throwing on the run across the field, widest part of the field. 2nd down 10 at the 37 of their very own. Quick pass, this time too quick. Couldn't turn around on it. Antonio Proctor.
Oh, Ryan, did you see your boy Russell? Brent Russell.
Yeah, they're gonna. At some point, they might have to stop him going through because they're not putting up much of a fight. Even on 1st down, Russell went all the way through. Phillips had to step into the pocket and run right by. I mean, literally ran right by Russell, who was getting ready to throw the gauntlet down. But they look like they've kind of just waved him on through.
I think they just left an indentation in the turf. He planted him in there.
3rd down and 10 at the 37. So after starting with decent field position for the first time, Savannah State looking for a 3rd down conversion here. They'll give the handoff to Babb up the middle. He'll get across the 40, but is stopped shy. Again, lost his footing at about the 43, and the first half will come to an end as the Eagles, an impressive first 30 minutes of action. They lead 27-0 over the Savannah State Tigers. Coming up, stay tuned for the Southern Halftime Report, but right now go down on the field. Ryan Chambers with Coach Jeff Monken.
All right, Coach, you got your first half in the books. Efficient on offense. Your thoughts offensively as you go to the halftime locker room?
Oh, I don't think we're playing as good as we can or need to right now. The score is certainly not indicative of how the way we're playing. I don't think we're playing very good. We need to play better. And, hopefully it's just first game jitters, first half jitters. We got a lot of new guys that have never played. And, we'll see. I'd like to see us play a little more physical, a little more fast, and hopefully we'll do that in the second half.
Let's go get them in the second half, Coach. Guys.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks to Coach Jeff Monken. And 27-0, as Coach Monken has said many times since arriving here in Statesboro, he sets the level very high that will not change, and the players have to find a way to reach that. And you hear that in the comments going into the locker room with his team right now, leading 27-0. Eagle fans seem to be pleased with the first half action. And we will continue our broadcast here from Allen E. Paulson Stadium coming up as the Southern Halftime Report. Russ Brown will get us up to date on scores around the Southern Conference. A busy day in college football as the opening weekend here for 2010. We'll have your first half stats and your highlights on the Southern Halftime Report presented by the Georgia Lottery. Remember, the Georgia Lottery today could be the day. Here at the half, Georgia Southern in front, 27-0 over the Savannah State Tigers. Will return in just a moment. This is Georgia Southern football.
This is a spot for Snap Fitness. Now, we could fill the next 60 seconds with snapping fingers to help you remember our name, but that would be expected. And Snap Fitness isn't what you'd expect from a fitness club. It's affordable with no contracts, just a month-to-month membership. Over 1,000 convenient locations means you can get fit wherever you want. It's always open, so you can get fit whenever you want. And with its friendly, welcoming atmosphere filled with the best strength and cardio equipment, Snap Fitness lets you get fit however you want, even if that means busting a move while running on the treadmill. At Snap Fitness, we're easy, affordable, close by, and always open. Snap Fitness, where if there's one thing you can expect, it's a good fit.
To learn more, visit your local Snap Fitness or go to snapfitness.com.
Now open in Statesboro at 609 Granite Street behind the Statesboro Mall. Stop in today for more information on grand opening specials, free enrollment, family and corporate discounts. Snap Fitness open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For over 50 years, Bowler Family Practice has specialized in total health care for your entire family. Located at 128 North Parker Avenue in downtown Brooklyn, Bowler Family Practice treats your entire family from childhood to adults. Baby checkups, immunizations, athletic and DOT physicals, lab services, x-rays, EKGs, geriatric health, hearing and vision screenings, pulmonary function testing, women's health care, and pap smears, just to mention a few of the services Bowler Family Practice offers. As you can see, Bowler Family Practice can treat your entire family regardless of health needs and ages. All your family health needs in one location in Bullitt County. Open Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Wednesdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon. Appointments are appreciated, but walk-ins are welcome. So if you're looking for health care for the entire family at one location, call or stop by Bowler Family Practice in Brooklyn or call 842-2101. Take the step. Keep your family healthy with the help of Bowler Family Practice.
The Southern Halftime Report on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Presented by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Welcome to the Georgia Lottery Halftime Report. It is presented by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Your halftime score here at Allen Paulson Stadium. Georgia Southern ahead 27-0 at the half. And Chris Blair, Terry Harvin joining us here in the booth for the halftime show. Terry?
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the first half? So far, so good.
I heard Coach Monken. He's not very pleased. He's a coach, and I guess that's what he's supposed to be. But I'm going to tell you, as a Southern man, I've been here for a while, over these last 4 years, it's good to see the Southern spread option back. It's good to see us leading 27-0 at halftime. It's good to see 218 yards of offense at halftime. It's good to see what appears to be close to 20,000 or so fans in attendance. So it's a good day to be an Eagle for the first half of this ball game, Russell.
No question about it. And, one of the questions coming into today with the spread option coming back to Statesboro was what would the reaction from the crowd be? And we saw it right there on that first play as the offense took the field, a standing ovation here from the home crowd and a great turnout so far for this one.
And no doubt about it, Eagle Nation has been excited about the return of I keep calling the Southern spread option. But exactly, I think the main thing, though, is Eagle Nation wants to see a return to championships and victories and wins. And this is a good way to get started as we travel to Navy next week. But we got a second half of play today that we have to get through it. And let's be real here, okay? Savannah State has certainly helped us. It's not like they're coming in with a stellar program, okay? They've had their problems over the last few years, and this offseason has been horrendous for them. So it's not like they're at their peak level either. They certainly helped us, as Georgia Southern has had 5 possessions on the day, and 4 of those possessions have started on the Savannah State side of the 50, Russell.
And a lot of that has to do with the defense of the Eagles. It's something that a lot of people were looking forward to coming into this game. Guys like Brent Russell, we've seen him come up with a couple of sacks here in the first half of play. Josh Rowe with a big hit. We've seen some good corner play from LaRon Scott and Carson Hill. And, that's the beauty of football to me. It's a team sport, offense scratching the defenses back a little bit and vice versa. I mean, that field position this offense has been able to start with here in the first half. Credit to the defense.
Credit to the defense is right. They've gotten that offense back on the field. Georgia Southern leading in the time of possession over 20 minutes and 51 seconds time of possession for the Eagles, 9 minutes and 9 seconds for Savannah State Tigers. And I want to touch on something that Ryan mentioned in the first half. Our wide receivers, a.k.a. wide blockers, Barker and them have done a very good job from the receiving position in blocking. And he mentioned that Lamar Brown, on that last score from Lamar Brown, once he got through the end zone and got up, the first thing he did, according to Ryan, was he went over to Barker and he went over to Sumner there, or Mitch Wilford, and said, great blocking.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game in this offense. It's all about the A-backs doing their job, the wide receivers, or wide blockers, as you like to call them. And, it's a team-oriented style offense. Everybody has to be on the same page, and it's early, and this is just the first game of it, but so far so good for the Eagles as they lead it here 27-0. We are at the half. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll go through the scoring summary for you. We'll also take a look at some of the scores from around the Southern Conference. You're listening to Georgia Southern Football.
Eagle fans want to support a winner and feel like they're part of a winning team. That's exactly why we at the Georgia Southern Radio Network choose Neighbors Express Convenience Stores as our travel partner. Ricky and Matt McGee are as true as blue gets, and their 8 shopper-friendly convenience stores have the fuel to get you to the stadium and all the tailgate supplies you'll need when you get there. Visit Neighbors Express Convenience Stores in Statesboro in front of Lowe's, or in the Middle Ground community with 2 more locations in Sylvania and 4 down I-16 in Dublin. Choose to do business with those that are true blue. Choose Neighbors Express Convenience Stores.
Your favorite drink and slush combinations. Sonic's got them, others don't. When you're thirsting for something cool and refreshing, drive into Sonic. Because only Sonic's drink experts could perfectly mix up the classics you love, like a cherry limeade with real fresh squeezed lime with a touch of cherry sweetness. It's that sweet and tangy taste you crave. Drive in and grab one for happy hour. Half-price fountain drinks and slushes every day from 2 to 4 p.m. Expertly mixed drinks. Only at Sonic. See menu for details. Only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Hey, it's time to put the boat in the water, and there's no better place to do it than Hogan's Marina on Wilmington Island in Savannah. Harbor Master Captain Bubba Strickland has everything you need. A dry rack, wet storage, and launching facility at 36 Wilmington Island next door to Publix Supermarket. Since 1991, Hogan's Marina has twice expanded and now offers over 272 dry rack spaces, over 1,100 lineal feet of dock space, and more forklift trucks. They've also expanded their marine store. At Hogan's Marina, you'll find dry storage, wet storage, hoist, gas, pump out, and transient docking on the outside, along with shower and restrooms, a marine store, fax service, bait and fishing tackle, and more on the inside. You can call them at 912-897-FISH. That's 912-897-FISH. Or check them out online at hogansmarina.com. Hogan's Marina, 36 Wilmington Island Road in Savannah.
Southern Halftime Report on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Presented by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
And welcome back to the Georgia Southern Halftime Report. Russ Brown here with you. At the half, the Eagles lead the Savannah State Tigers by a score of 27-0. The Southern Halftime Report is presented to you by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. The scoring got started for Georgia Southern in this one, a 6-play, 39-yard drive. That was capped off by a field goal. Capped off by an Adrian Moore field goal for the Eagles. That put them up by a score of 3-0. The Eagles would regain possession. And on a 10-play, 57-yard drive, it was capped off by this touchdown run by freshman Robert Brown up the middle for 2 yards.
J-Bo with the snap. Robert Brown diving in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. They haven't given it. Now they do. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. The true freshman out of Macon, Georgia.
And that's how the first touchdown for the Eagles this season was by the true freshman Robert Brown. a 2-yard run over the middle, put the Eagles up 2-0. That's where the score would stand at the end of the first quarter. As we moved into the second quarter, the Eagles still led by a score of 10-0. Southern's second touchdown would come on an 11-play, 45-yard drive, 6 minutes, 33 seconds off the clock, and J-Bo Shaw would keep it for the touchdown.
Let's kick it right through. They did a good job over there. Dorian, long snap count. Shaw will take out. He's going to keep ball behind the left side. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
And that J-Bo Shaw touchdown would put the Eagles up by a score of 17-0. The Eagles regain their possession, and it would be Lamar Brown taking the pitch from 6 yards out to put the Eagles on top by a score of 24-0.
Wilcox and Lamar Brown, the A-back. Here's the pitch. Lamar Brown to the 5. Dives in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
And that touchdown put the Eagles up, as I said, 24-0. And another Adrian Morey kick right before the half would put the score where we have it now. It is 27-0. The Eagles lead the Savannah State Tigers at the half. That Georgia Southern Game Tracker was delivered to you by your Southeast Toyota dealers, proud sponsors of Georgia Southern football. Toyota moving forward. We're going to step aside, and we'll come back with more first half analysis and get you set for the second quarter. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Everybody and their brother, sisters, and second cousins are saying they can save you money on car insurance. Well, who listens to brothers, sisters, and second cousins? Geico's been saving people money on car insurance for over 70 years. That's longer than most companies have been around. That's probably longer than you've been around. Believe me, when it comes to saving you money, this isn't Geico's first time to the rodeo.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on car insurance.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
Come on, baby. We can't be late for our own engagement party.
Honestly, I don't want to marry you. Not that I don't love you. It's just that I love not being married to you a whole lot more.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Music makes everything better. Play All Access, the new scratch-off game from the Georgia Lottery, with 20 million free music downloads and over 11 million in cash prizes. Today could be the day. Please play responsibly.
Today we salute you, Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy. Your first proposal, her hand in marriage. Your second proposal, 2 more jumbo chili dogs.
Chili cheese!
It's the perfect plan, unless her name is spelled wrong. She's in the bathroom, or she says no.
Pretty please!
So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, Mr. Bachelor, on the big screen.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Georgia Southern University strutted its stuff this past spring as a group of mechanical engineering technology students competed in the Formula SAE competition in Michigan. Dr. Brian Valchek, a professor in the Mechanical Engineering Technology program, tells us more about this international competition.
Formula SAE is a international engineering competition for college students. The student teams design, fabricate, and then race a miniature-style Formula race car. Now, there's certain constraints they have to work within regarding the frame and the powertrain, but beyond that, it's wide open to their engineering skills and then the racing abilities. Georgia Southern's been competing in this competition since 2003. We've had 5 teams go up to Detroit, and this is definitely the best performing team in the 5 years. Formula SAE stands for Society of Automotive Engineers. The competition is an international competition, so the student team competed against teams from Austria, Turkey, England, Australia, South America, China.
The Georgia Southern team, also known as Eagle Motorsports, placed 22nd out of 130 teams and beat out teams from other leading universities, including Duke, the University of Texas, and numerous others. To compete in this prestigious event, students must raise a substantial amount of money to design, test, and produce the car, as Dr. explains.
Somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 to be a competitive team. We had some support from student government that helped cover about 3/4 of the registration. We had some support from Department of Mechanical and Electrical Engineering, some support from College of Science and Technology. But this year, really, the bulk of the funding came from the student fundraisers.
Team member Nate Hill describes a unique design feature on this year's car that turned heads on the part of fellow competitors and the judges.
An idea from the Formula One Series race car. Some of them implement a monoshock system. We did that in order to eliminate having 2 shocks in the rear, which saves on not only design complexity, but weight savings and money savings. So what we did was we took a monoshock rear. We had 1 shock linked to both sides of the suspension, and when we went into a turn, since we have a locked rear differential, it unloaded the inside tire, allowing the car to turn. This was something that no other team did. It is something that no other judge has seen before in this competition, and every single one we talked to just loved it.
The team has already started planning for the 2011 Formula SAE competition, and team member Crystal Boatwright told us how interested businesses can partner up with Eagle Motorsports.
Really good advertising for your company. We have a website where the sponsors are all listed. The website is www.eaglemotorsports.org. Our pictures are up there on the website, and our times are up there. There's a picture of the top 25 from the competition and all our exact times for everything, exactly how well we scored are on there.
If you would like to help support the 2011 Georgia Southern Formula SAE race car, log on to eaglemotorsports.org and help with monetary or material donations. And all donations are tax deductible. For more on this and other exciting stories happening at Georgia Southern, visit georgiasouthern.edu.
Been a while since you had some budge in your budget? You know, something extra at the end of the month. Well, State Farm agents would like to help by doing a free discount double check to make sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve. Discounts that could add up to 40%. So call a local State Farm agent today, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why they're here. Ride with the #1 car insurer in Georgia. Call State Farm agent Skip Smith in Augusta, Dale Nafong in Dublin, or Darlene Anthony in Sylvania.
Okay, back when moonwalking was hip, the Eagles were fielding their first football team. 6 national championships later, they have truly dominated the competition. Talk about legendary. Like Ford F-150, it hauls more, tows more, and gets more out of a gallon of gas. That's why for 33 straight years, F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck. Legendary champions, legendary trucks. F-150, built Ford tough. Visit your local Ford dealer or log on to shopfordnow.com today. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR when properly equipped.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, and nobody shows more pride than Georgia Southern fans. And the University Store can help you show your true blue every day at work or at play with exclusive Nike sideline gear, Under Armour, and Russell athletic apparel. Make it clear that you bleed Georgia Southern blue. You can shop their campus location, their game day locations at Paulson Stadium, or online anytime at gsustore.com. Helping you be true blue every day. Show your Eagle pride with a visit to the University Store. More than just a bookstore. The official outfitter to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
I get to work before most mamas and papas are waking up their kids for breakfast. I don't leave till after dark on many days. Taking care of the field is like taking care of a baby. This is my baby, and it's my house. There are so many stories to be told. Erk Russell, 6 national titles, being on the field when they tore down the goalpost, and there are many other stories that could be told. I guess you could say after 30 years, Georgia Southern has become a way of life for me. I'm Roger Emmett, Director of Athletic Facilities at Georgia Southern. I'm Georgia Southern True Blue. Are you?
Visit Georgia Southern University today. Online at georgiasouthern.edu.
Getting set for the second half start here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. 27-0, Georgia Southern leading over Savannah State in the opening game of the 2010 campaign. Welcome back, Chris Blair, Terry Harvin, Ryan Chambers down on the sidelines. We heard the coach go into the locker room, Terry, talking about the effort not quite being there. Of course, there were, at the end of the first half, 3 penalties. They did lose 20 yards. He really talked about, I thought, the speed at which they played, and that's something that's very difficult for fans and, of course, broadcasters to pick up on like the coaching staff does. They know what they expect from them. I have a a keen suspicion that had a lot to do with why Coach Monken did not sound pleased, because he wants them to move fast. The snaps maybe not going as quickly. They're not lining up as quickly as he wants them to, because that's something they harp on in practice every day.
I think because he also realizes and understands that today it's Savannah State, but next week it's Navy, and then you're in the Southern Conference, and you're playing the Chattanoogas and the App States and the Furmans, and we need to be clicking on all cylinders as we get into this season. I can tell you from Eagle Nation, as I just had the opportunity to run through the fans and then go down to the box for affiliate weekend to visit with all the great radio stations throughout the state of Georgia, carrying Georgia Southern Radio. The fans are very excited to be leading at halftime, and they like to see this Southern spread option back, Chris, as Chick-fil-A little cows are starting to fly all over the place, if you didn't notice.
Time now for the second half kickoff, presented by Geico Insurance. A free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-OTTO. Tigers kick it off to get started here in the third quarter. The Eagles will field it at about the 8-yard line, come right up the middle of the field.
LaRon
Scott. LaRon Scott coming up.
LaRon Scott back there. Also, you saw Robert Brown back there as well with LaRon Scott. So two of your starters back there on return. E.J. Webb also on that return team as well, blocking.
Out comes the Eagles offense, again attacking left to right as we start the third quarter of action. Georgia Southern on the Toyota Game Tracker, 218 yards total offense there in the first half of action. Jabo Shaw ready to go on first down and 10 from the 37. Gives it off to Robert Brown, and Robert gives the Tigers a ride and lost the football, and Savannah State jumping on top of it. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line of the Eagles as Brown coughs it up after exploding through the center of that defensive front. But he gave a couple of guys a ride, and the ball eventually came loose, joggled itself loose. And Savannah State now will start on the Eagles side of the field. Just the second time this evening they've done that. The first drive of the game, they were able to march into Eagle territory before making a mistake on a badly thrown screen pass that eventually was ruled a lateral.
But that was the Robert Brown we were expecting on the run until he coughed it up at the end. The defender did a good job of punching the ball loose, and that's what Coach Monken had to talk with him about, is you got to hold on to the ball, Brown.
Well, if Coach Monken was upset going into the locker room, something tells me he's not very pleased now. Here's to Phillips. He'll set up the option left side. He'll keep it after faking the pitch, driving down until the 35-yard line. Darius Eubanks stepping up to make the tackle, the sophomore out of Harlem, Georgia. Thompson High School product.
First turnover on the day for Georgia Southern, the second fumble, but the first one they were not able to get back.
Second down and about 2. This time playing at the 36-yard line to Phillips out of the shotgun. He gets hit at the line. He lost the football. Big pile. Everybody piling on top. The officials trying to get in to take a look at it as Dion DeBose made the smack to get the ball loose.
Darius Eubanks fell on it immediately. It looked like he had it.
They must have pulled it out of his arms, Ryan. They yanked it out of his hands.
Savannah State says they have it. The officials agree.
Well, Eubanks got up with the ball, didn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, looked like it.
Eubanks got up with the ball and headed to the official. Go figure.
Georgia Southern in that first half of action, 33 carries on the ground, 138 yards, and through the air.
And hold the phone.
Jabo Shaw, 5 of 6 for 80 yards. As now the officials having a brief conference there, as we'll get a word now from our referee, or we thought we would. Now he wants to make sure before he gets on the loudspeakers here that he's on the same page. Again, our officiating crew today, referee Steve Marlowe, still talking it over with field judge Bob Johnson down there on the SoCon label on Glenn Bryant Field. 27-0, Georgia Southern leading. 2 field goals.
Please reset the game clock to 13 minutes, 52 seconds.
So they check the clock, make it 13:52. 2 Adrian Mora field goals and 3 touchdowns by the Georgia Southern offense. And Terry, you talked about it just before the halftime show, and that was they were the beneficiary of great field position, so you can't say enough about the way the defense has played. And now they've got their backs against the wall for just the second time tonight. First down and 10 at the 32. They give it off to Justin Babb up the middle, and Babb breaks free inside the 25, inside the 20, and eventually brought down at the 17-yard line. Evan Mattingly, the senior out of Marietta, Georgia, keeps Babb from rolling on into the end zone, and they'll set up another first down for the Savannah State offense.
Same play, Ryan, they did in the first quarter and got a great run out of Babb, and then they abandoned it from there on out.
They counter back the other side. Babb's got some moves. Again, this is a vet in this offense. He's put up numbers for Savannah State in the past.
First down 10 now at the Eagles' 17-yard line. Savannah State for the second time trying to knock on the door. They'll give it off to Babb again right up the middle. Everything closes in on him. Not much doing as Tinsley and Russell help close the gap. Makes it down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A pickup of 3 for Babb. It'll set up second down and 7 with 13:07 to play. Here in the third quarter of action, Babb, as Ryan mentioned, leading rusher for the Tigers last year. 129 carries, 804 yards, had 6 rushing touchdowns. And also used as a receiver out of the backfield. Had 24 receptions, 231 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns a year ago.
Good for our defense to be in this position and see how they respond.
Phillips will send 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left. He'll step back in the shotgun, throw the pass to the corner of the end zone. LaRon Scott had a hand on it as they were looking for Dylan Cook, and Cook just got enough over the top of LaRon as Cook stands at 6'2", 185 pounds. Not a lot of room over LaRon at 5'9", but almost. He just came over the top of LaRon to keep him from intercepting the football. LaRon made a great read on the ball, step for step, and actually was ready to turn and take it the other way.
Ryan talks about this all the time. It's going to be hard for people to beat Carson Hill and Scott on the other side, step for step with their speed. Good coverage corners.
12:34 to play, third quarter. Now third down and 7 at the 14-yard line. Savannah State 0 for 6 tonight on third down tries, and a timeout taken by the Georgia Southern defense. 12:34 to play, third quarter. Eagles up 27-0.
Time is out.
We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern football.
Students have a lot of choices when it comes to off-campus living, but there's only one clear winner. That's Copper Beach Townhome Communities off the bypass behind the Mill House in Statesboro. I mean, they have everything and more. The biggest floor plans, full-size private bathrooms, large-capacity washers and dryers, full-size kitchens and dishwashers, built-in microwaves, garbage disposals, premium insulation, electric range, large tables, 4 chairs, 3 bar stools, intake, you know what? Let me just get to the point. They have the best pool parties. Copper Beach Townhome Communities off the bypass and behind the Mill House. Visit cbeach.com.
Changing times have affected many banks, but there's something you should know. Queensboro National Bank and Trust has consistently grown and prospered for more than 100 years. Careful management and consideration of customers' needs is how Queensboro National Bank and Trust has become one of the highest-rated community banks in Georgia. Make the switch to better banking. Queensboro National Bank and Trust Company with locations in Statesboro, Metter, Sylvania, and Millen.
The heart of your neighborhood. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
12:34 to play, third quarter action, 27-0. Georgia Southern out in front, dominating the first half between the Eagles and the Tigers here. But right now, Savannah State taking advantage of great field position, looking at third down and 7 at the Eagle 14-yard line. As I mentioned before we went to break, Savannah State, to say they've struggled on third down is an understatement. They're 0 for 6 today. Out of the shotgun to Phillips, stands in the pocket, throws this one away. Down in the left corner, looking for Justin Babb, who they rolled out of the backfield. Nobody there in the pocket, very tight around to Phillips. Decided not to go left or right or step up in the pocket, just stayed there and lofted the ball away, and it sets up fourth down and 7, and on comes the field goal unit. Derek Williams, last year 9 of 14 on field goals, had a long of 46. This one's setting up to be a 31-yard field goal attempt right down the pike. And Brent Russell has been a field goal blocker in fall camp, and he's lined up. He'll be coming after this one. Snap is put, set is there, and kick is on its way, and it's good. And the Tigers are on the board, make it 27-3 as Derek Williams connects on a 32-yard field goal with 12:25 to go here in the third quarter. Take a timeout, return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. Your score, Georgia Southern 27, Savannah State 3. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
Today we salute you, Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal Guy. Your first proposal, her hand in marriage. Your second proposal, 2 more jumbo chili dogs.
Chili cheese!
It's the perfect plan, unless her name is spelled wrong. She's in the bathroom, or she says no.
Pretty please!
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Bachelor, on the big screen.
Mr. Stadium Scoreboard Marriage Proposal
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
$12:25 to go. Third quarter action here as the lights are up and the sun starts to fade on a picturesque Saturday afternoon here in Southeast Georgia for the opening game of the 2010 campaign. And Georgia Southern leading 27-3 after a 32-yard field goal by Derek Williams gets the Tigers on the board. Here's the kickoff on its way. Gets away from LaRon Scott, sails into the end zone as it took a bounce at the 10-yard line, and Scott will track it down and take a knee, and the Eagles will take over first down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, Chris, let's take a look at some quick scores. App State, boy, they had their hands full today. They came back and pulled out a 42-41 win over Chattanooga today. That was a big one. The big upset also going on is Massachusetts. UMass knocks off William & Mary 27-23. But the big upset, as Ryan mentioned during the break, Jacksonville State 49, Ole Miss 48. 49-48, Jacksonville State knocks off Ole Miss.
First down, 10 at the 20-yard line. Eagles, after coughing up the football on their first offensive drive of the third quarter, come out throwing. They throw to Bryant, who somehow stayed on his feet at the 36-yard line and rambles across the 40 up to the 42-yard line for the first down. Great concentration and balance on the part of Jonathan Bryant, the sophomore out of Cairo, Georgia.
Play action to Brown. I know it's designed that way. Had Shaw given to Brown, that's going for 6. I'm standing behind the line of scrimmage, and there was 6 feet in front of him.
That's a very familiar play for this offense.
First down 10 now at the Eagle 40-yard line. Give it off. This will be Brown making his way across the 45 and just powering his way to the 46-yard line, showing the strength again as he moves the pile, taking the linebacking core of Savannah State with him.
By the way, Georgia State gets their first victory, 41-7 over the powerhouse of Shorter College.
Second down 4 at the 46-yard line. Brandavius man now back at center. He and Blake DeBartolo having those duties in the first half. Shaw steps back on the play action, throws across the middle, this time over the head of Bryant. Pretty good throw, double coverage that time by Savannah State. Chris Asbury and Darren Hunter in the vicinity, but only Bryant could make a play on it. It goes down as an incompletion for Jabo Shaw, but not a bad throw for the junior quarterback.
Well, he's 6 of 8 today passing with 100 yards in the air.
Congratulations to Coach Steve Pennington and the Statesboro Blue Devils. Off to a 2-0 start. Big win last week over Brunswick on the road, and then a barn burner last night, Womack Field, as they won over Washington County in a slugfest. Third down and 4, and after the snap, flags come out, and Jabo Shaw is leveled. Hit hard that time, is coming up, not hearing the whistle. Xavier Lewis will be his defense.
Well after the whistle.
Eric Baker, it looks like, and if he didn't hear the whistle, he's deaf.
Well after the whistle.
He may be. I'm assuming he must be.
It's the fourth.
Remains third down.
Fourth penalty on the day for Georgia Southern. 4 penalties, 25 yards. Backs it up to 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. And the last scoring update I'll give you is Virginia and Richmond going at it at halftime, 14-10.
So what was 3rd and 4, now backed up to 3rd and 9, and now we have another officials conference here.
Please reset the game clock to 11 minutes, 23 seconds.
putting some more time back on the clock. 27-3, Georgia Southern leading. Robert Brown with a touchdown. Lamar Brown with a touchdown. Jabo Shaw with a touchdown coming in the first half. And 2 Adrian Moore field goals.
GSU just 2 of 6 on third down conversions today.
Eagles on the move left to right. Approaching midfield at their very own 41-yard line. 3rd down and 9. Shaw on the delay, gives off to Brown. Broke one tackle, now he's off and running. Trying to cut away for another, he's got it. Then trucks off one defender, makes it down to the 35 before a gang of Tigers finally getting down at the 32-yard line. First down for Georgia Southern, and Robert Brown showing what he can do. Great upper body and lower body strength, as he just broke off tackles at the line of scrimmage, then got up a full head of steam, threw one away at the 40, and eventually it took 4 Tigers to bring him down at the 32.
Wow, we've been waiting to see that, and boy, did we just get it. That was a beautiful run, Ryan.
I tell you what, he's got some strength to him, and a young man on Savannah State's going to have a headache after the boom he just lowered.
Brown checks out. Toby Akinarani, the senior, will step in as B-back. Here's the pitch. Bryant was in motion right to left. He'll take it around the left side, buying some time, spreading it wide, and then eventually making it down to the 26-yard line. Pickup of close to 6 yards for Bryant. Set up 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles. Toby Akinarani, the senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's another guy that has played different positions here. He's always shown up, worked hard, and really impressed the coaching staff with his ability to run north-south as that all-important B-back position. He'll give Brown a breather on this play as well. 2nd down, and they'll say 5 at the Tiger 25-yard line. Rather, 27-yard line. Give it off to Wilcox. He'll spread the field left to right. Now cut it up the field. Dances down the sideline. Lowers the shoulder. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. J.J. Wilcox, the sophomore from Cairo, Georgia, laying the wood at the 1-yard line. Getting in for the score. It's now 33-3 with 10:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Dancing down the sideline, right on in there, Ryan. That was beautiful. A good show of speed, too.
Yeah, dancing straight down the sideline. Like you said, Wilcox has got, first he lays a hit the play before, and then like we said in the pregame, he gets his opportunity around the end and puts it in for 6.
Moore on for the point after. Edwards will hold. Snap, set, kick on its way. It's good. 34-3. Wilcox bangs it in from the 27-yard line. Makes it pretty doing it, too. 10:03 to play 3rd quarter. Eagles extend their lead 34-3 over Savannah State. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Lovett Bennett Jr., attorney at law PC, wishes the best to Coach Jeff Monken of the Georgia Southern Eagles. Lovett is a 78 graduate and proud supporter of Georgia Southern. If you should ever need legal representation for DUI or criminal defense or for driver's license issues, call on Lovett and his staff located on Cortlandt Street. And be sure to follow the Eagles each night on Upon Further Review on Cable Channel 96, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. in the evenings, and 7 a.m. in the mornings.
Hello, radio listeners. Locally owned and operated Express Tune and Lube has been servicing the Statesboro and surrounding areas for 16 years. We greatly appreciate your business. Exceptional customer service with a knowledgeable and friendly staff is guaranteed. We can take care of most all of your car needs, including most extended warranties that may have been purchased through the selling dealer or otherwise. We are a complete undercar, underhood repair facility. Come see us, Express Tune and Lube, South Cedar Avenue, near Wendy's, 489-4444.
34-3 our score here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. The 9th meeting between Georgia Southern and Savannah State. The Eagles have owned this rivalry, if you can call it that. Last meeting back in 2003, and right now the Eagles putting the foot on the neck. Here's the kickoff delivered, and Babb takes it up to the 20 and shut down there. Slammed down to the ground. Brent Thomas coming out with authority and didn't get it into the end zone on the kickoff, but they'll have to start from their 20-yard line. To find out how you can earn a Georgia Southern degree on your schedule, visit online.georgiasouthern.edu. Flexible, respected, online. A new way to earn your degree from Georgia Southern University. 9:58 to play, 3rd quarter. There was a penalty marker down on the field on the kickoff. It's standing on the Eagles side at about the 34-yard line.
And Coach Monken, again, not too happy with that field judge.
Offsides on the kicking team. Number 34. The ball will be re-kicked after a 5-yard penalty.
Well, I don't know who I feel worse for, the Georgia Southern special teams unit or Justin Babb, who has to go back out there and field another kickoff.
Well, we've lost a little leg on our kickoff. They're falling a little bit short as they're having to field it around the 10 now. But they're backing it up to try to get something going, and obviously not very happy about that. Georgia Southern has scored on 6 of 7 possessions. Only one possession they didn't score on was due to a fumble. J.J. Wilcox on a 26-yard run capped off a 6-play, 80-yard drive thanks to a great run by Robert Brown on a 3rd down and 9. It's a beautiful run. It showed glimpses of some of the great running backs of the past. Right there, and as I mentioned, J.J. Cox took it down the right sideline, danced his way in the end zone, takes Georgia Southern up 34-3 for your summary update.
So now they'll try it again as Greer will tee it up at the 25-yard line. Proctor and Babb back deep for the Tigers. Here's the approach, and here's the kick. This one end over end. Proctor will field it at the 9-yard line. Come up right side of the field across the 20-25 in traffic. Bounced once and then brought down at about the 27-yard line.
Brent Thomas again. I guess he was so mad he had to go down and do it again. He decided, why not? I'll make the tackle one more time.
Brent Thomas showing his gunning ability on special teams.
Got to visit with our affiliate out of Augusta during halftime. Hanging out down there and have a good old time. Good to have those folks in town.
Checking the Toyota game tracker, Georgia Southern. 318 yards of total offense, 218 of those on the ground.
Put that in perspective, Savannah State 27 plays, total of 53 yards of offense.
First down 10 at the 29 to Phillips. Gives off the delay to Babb. And he lost the ball across the 30. Kyle stopped at about the 32.5-yard line. Savannah State initially looks like they were able to get back on top of it, and it appears they will.
Eubanks came in there and tattooed him, Ryan, and jarred the ball loose. I thought Josh Rowe got on it, but he didn't.
Tiger defensive line's quicker than you are, Terry. Fumble.
Well, Terry has his own built-in fumble meter.
I do. I can smell him.
Better than any sideline cam or overhead cam. Terry's got the fumble meter. 2nd down and 6 after the Tigers recover at the 33-yard line. Working on the right hash mark. Right to left on your dial. Shotgun snap to the Phillips. Off to Babb. He's caught from behind at the 32. Roderick Tinsley, junior out of Soperton, Georgia. Wraps him up, brings him down quickly. A loss of a yard. Should set up 3rd down and 7 here for the Tigers offense with 8:48 clock moving, 3rd quarter, and Georgia Southern up, dominating 34-3.
To me, I said this in the spring, if Roderick Tinsley plays up to the ability that we saw last year, it could swing this entire defense because you can't double both. You've got a couple of corners and pretty good safeties, secondary as a whole, that can play a lot of zone and man-to-man. It affords you to do a lot of things.
3rd and 7 at the 32, 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Babb now drops out of the backfield as the shotgun snap comes to DePhillips. He'll run, get to the 33, and brought down there. Nothing doing is E.J. Webb, senior.
E.J. Webb at the linebacker, and guess who else was on that tackle? Tinsley.
Tinsley was double-teamed on that play, and he slides all the way down the line of scrimmage to pick up a pretty fleet-footed quarterback before he even turns the corner. This has been a good day for the defense so far.
So the punt unit back onto the field. Derek Williams stands back inside his 20-yard line. Jonathan Bryant back deep for the Eagles. 7:45 clock moving, 34-3, Georgia Southern leading. Kick is away. Nice kick by Williams. Bryant getting under it at the 32-yard line, middle of the field, trying to cut it near side. Cuts it back against the grain across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that's where the Eagles take over with 7:32 to play here in the 3rd quarter of action.
Good quick shout out to one of my buddies down in Keystone Heights, Florida, Lee Peoples, who's listening on the World Wide Web, GeorgiaSouthernEagles.com. You can't catch us on the radio, you can catch us on the internet. 19 affiliates across the state of Georgia and all over the world.
Blake DeBartolo now will step back in as the center here on 1st down and 10. Jay Beauchamp staying back at quarterback. First down and 10 at the 43. Pitch comes to Bryant. He was in motion right to left, trying to turn the left corner. He's brought down. His knee was down before the ball came out. Coach Julius Dixon out there trying to lobby for the fumble call. Not going to be the case, and now we have a player down, and it appears it is Bryant, who was kind of turned over, got hit at the top and hit at the bottom, and then spun over, and it looked like certainly landed the wrong way on his way down.
Has a couple of times today, I talked about earlier, the defensive tackle for Savannah State who hit Shaw after the whistle. His officiating crew hadn't really blown the whistle, hadn't been quick to blow the whistle on plays like that. And sometimes you as a defender, you got to keep playing until you hear the whistle.
7:20 to play, third quarter. Jonathan Bryant being tended to now by the training crew on the far sideline around the 41. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds so great stations like 107.9 WDBN in Dublin and 105.3 WSGC in Elberton can identify themselves on the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
The flagship for Eagle Nation. Eagle 102.9 WPNX Statesboro, a Georgia Eagle broadcasting station.
Some quick scores from around the FBS. Alabama, #1 team in the nation, leading San Jose State 14-3. Oklahoma over Utah State 14-0. Nebraska 14-0 over Western Kentucky. Arkansas has their hands full. Second quarter 6-3 over Texas Tech. Auburn 13-6 over Arkansas State. Those are just some quick scores from around the FBS. Florida struggled today but pulled out a 34-12 victory over Miami of Ohio. Texas knocked off Rice 34-17. And Oregon really didn't have much of a problem with New Mexico, 72-0.
Second down 10. The 43 of the Eagles as Jonathan Bryant helped off by the training crew. Ryan Chambers will give us an update as soon as possible. Shaw standing back, throwing downfield. This one overthrown down the middle of the field. Double coverage that time, and they were looking for Mitch Williford, the sophomore out of Duluth, Georgia. Sets up 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles offense at their very own 43-yard line with 7:10 to play, and the Eagles up 34-3.
I'm glad it was overthrown, Ryan, because if he had thrown that on the money, it probably would have been picked off.
Yeah, he looked sharp. I mean, that's a part of this offense, as we've said today, will develop with time. You take what the defense gives you.
Third down conversion today, 3 of 7 for the Eagles. 3rd down and 10, ball at 43.
Coach Munkin calling for the Eagles to keep this possession alive. Shaw working from the left hash mark. Setting up the option. Fakes the pitch and will keep it, and Savannah State smothers him up as he crosses the 45-yard line, well shy of the first down. It'll set up 4th and about 8 as we roll under the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter. So Charlie Edwards will come out for the first time today.
Charlie, a great Georgia Southern punter. Enjoyed having the opportunity to visit with this young man. He's got a cannon for a leg. And like that punter back when I played, he is also a very avid weight lifter, I guess, and in the weight room a good bit.
You mean one of your teammates?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because, I was in there all the time watching.
Edwards punts it away from the 35. High kick. Coming up to field it, calling for the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Savannah State will take over with 6:22 to go in the third quarter, and the Eagles up 34-3.
My first experience with a triple option. I've learned a lot of things today, but one thing I've learned, Terry, is now I understand the love and respect that punters got on this team during the glory years. You don't ever see them.
You don't see us.
I don't even see what the big deal is about a punter anymore.
Especially under Coach.
No wonder people remember you so well down here.
Coach Johnson in particular, he never liked to punt.
So the Tigers bring the offense back out, down 34-3. First down and 10 at their very own 19-yard line. It has been a sluggish day, to say the least, for the Tigers. 57 yards of offense. DePhillips stands back. Wanted to throw into the right flat for Jaquan Trammell, but Trammell was left. Pass went to the right, and it's incomplete. Sets up 2nd down and 10 at the 19.
Yeah, we'll talk with Robbie here in a little while, head trainer here. They brought Jonathan Bryant out. I don't have any update, but bringing him off, he wasn't able to put any pressure on the left. It looked like below the knee, the leg. They're continuing to work on him, and we'll get you updated here soon.
Second down, 10 at the 19. Trip receivers to the left. Lone receiver out to the right side as they work from the right hash mark to Phillips. Shotgun snap off to Babb. Or rather, Sheldon Barnes into the game. The freshman out of Hinesville, Georgia, trying to go around the right side. Made it to the 20. And that's it after a yard gain. He's punished very, very badly by Josh Rowe.
Yeah, I stand corrected on that one. Josh Rowe came in there as well, and Chad Tootie, but also looked like Lavelle Westbrooks came into the game at the corner position and really folded down on that play. It looked like a 0, it was an 8, and Chad Tootie, good tackle.
Third down, 9. At the 20-yard line to Phillips. Again, a shotgun snap. Pressure coming. He'll have to step up in the pocket. Now he's got room across the 20. Breaks it outside to the 25 and makes his way up just shy of the 30. Very close to the first down sticks. They've got him marked initially at the 29-yard line. But to Phillips again showing his speed. Had no chance to stand back there and scan the field. A.J. McCray making the stop defensively. Backup corner, or backup safety rather, out of St. Mary's, Georgia. Had some time in spring ball and early on in fall camp, making some reps as quarterback, but eventually defense felt like they needed him there, and the 5'8", 195-pound junior makes the tackle there as they bring out the change to take a look if the Phillips scramble was good enough for the first down. Stretch out the chains, and it is. First down and 10 for Savannah State.
Georgia Southern 24 minutes and 43 seconds on time of possession today. Savannah State just 13 minutes and 55 seconds. They are 0 of 8 on third down conversion. Savannah State is.
Now looking at first down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Phillips send out receiver to the right, trips again to the left. They'll set up the screen coming near side as Babb set up as a slot receiver trying to find room near side. Finally just tucks his head and dives across the 30 near the 32-yard line. A pickup of 3. Should be second down and 7 upcoming for the Tigers. As the Eagles, Josh Gebhardt there to bring him down after he cut it back against the grain, trying to find some daylight.
Gebhardt doing a good job from that end position of staying with the play. And that's going to be crucial. The Southern jumping up on Savannah State so early, they have to finish strong.
Second down, 7 at the 32. Back to each side of DePhillips, who has been in the shotgun all evening long. Trying to roll out to his right, throwing for a receiver. Catch is made up around the 40, now the 43-yard line. Simon Hayward, freshman out of Savannah, Georgia, hauls it in, coming back to his quarterback as the Eagles gave quick pursuit in the offensive backfield, but a nice run and throwing motion by DePhillips. Sets up another first down for the Tiger offense.
Deon DeBose in hot pursuit, just not able to get his hands on DePhillips, who made a good pass. He came back to the ball. LaRon Scott not able to stay with the receiver.
2 receivers wide to the left. Twin backs with DePhillips. That motion Babb. Here comes the wheel right to Babb, and he's got wide open spaces across midfield in the 40, then finally brought down by Kyle Olbeck, the sophomore out of Gainesville, Georgia. Eventually brings him down at about the 28-yard line after the wheel route was wide open. Nice execution by Savannah State. They got Babb out in motion, took the pass. It moves the field position considerably here. First down and 10 now at the Eagle 30-yard line.
And this is what Coach Monk is a little bit frustrated earlier. He's not staying strong, staying with the play.
They'll motion Babb once again. They'll go with the counter coming the other way. Sheldon Barnes, and he'll just lower his head and try to get through the middle. So about the 29-yard line is where they'll mark him. A pickup of a yard as a couple of Tigers and Eagles get wrapped up in the pile there, and the cooler heads prevail.
Josh Rowe, Brent Russell taking his tackle. Guard not too happy with him. Southern showing their referees a little bit of their jersey, saying where are the holding calls. They're letting them play. Letting them play.
Second down, 9 at the 29-yard line of the Eagles. To Phillips, shotgun snap. Pressure comes and dropped back at the 40-yard line by Josh Gebhardt. Untouched at the snap. Comes around on the right defensive end and brings down to Phillips for the 3rd sack of the game by the Eagles. And the Tigers move backwards on offense with 2:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The ball placed down at the 39-yard line, a loss of 10. It'll set up 3rd down and 19.
A lot of the fans staying around. Appreciate that. Great night for football as the sun obviously has settled. It's some beautiful skies out there. Flags waving proudly.
Third down, 19 at the 39. 2:23 to play, third quarter. Shotgun snap to DePhillips. He's in trouble again, now setting up the screen. They get it off. It'll be Babb. Got a little bit of room. As Javon mentioned, stays at home at middle linebacker. The redshirt freshman out of Plant High School makes the stop.
Javon doing a good job of beating off the blocks. Big kid. 6'2", 255.
2-yard pickup on the screen as Coach Dixon and company trying to offset the pressure in the backfield. On fourth down, another punt by Williams, this time angling and out of bounds, near side.
Angling a good bit. Actually, a little too much. If you're the Savannah State punter, you can't be pleased with that one as the field line judge spots it at the 20. Looks like the 22, Chris.
So the Eagles will start first down and 10 at the 22-yard line with 1:40 to go, but felt like Savannah State's offensive front starting to wear down there. The Eagles playing in the offensive backfield. They tried to offset it with the screen pass to no avail. Once again, credit due to the defense for the Eagles staying at home. Javon mentioned snuffing out the screen quickly. First down and 10 at the 22. Eagles on the field offensively. Jabo Shaw takes the snap, hands it off to Robert Brown, breaks off 2 tackles, now trying to go east-west and turn it upfield, makes it across the 30 on the far sideline before finally brought down around the 33-yard line.
Great run. Ryan saw a lot of new faces on the defense in that series.
Yeah, and some new faces out there being switched out of the A-back position. Lamar Brown back in there has had a good day so far. But speaking of the A-back, just talking with Robbie, Jonathan Bryant's being carted off right now. It's a left ankle. He is out for the moment, but there is a chance that we may see him at the end of this ball game.
First down and 10 at the 33 for the Eagles. Again, they'll keep it on the ground as Robert Brown just powers his way up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of a couple of yards. It'll be second down, maybe a short 7 upcoming here as we roll under a minute remaining in the third quarter. 53 seconds and counting. Eagles up 34-3. All got started with an Adrian Mora field goal. And Robert Brown got in on a touchdown from 2 yards out. Jabo Shaw with a 1-yard touchdown. And Lamar Brown. Touchdown all coming in the first half. And J.J. Wilcox, 27-yard touchdown to start the third quarter. After the Tigers got their lone field goal early on in the second half. Second down and 8. Option coming near side. Shaw decides to keep. Good job by the Tigers to take away the pitchman Lamar Brown and stay at home as well. Good pursuit.
It's a good
by
decision.
Xavier Lewis that time to not allow the lane. Also helped defensively on covering.
Robert Brown kind of tucked up in there, picked up a block. It seems like the footwork's getting better. I know it's strange to say the footwork's getting better as you see in the third quarter. Guys are taking less steps, I guess, to get to where they're going, and that'll get tighter as the season goes out.
That's the end of the third quarter. Teams will switch sides of the field. The fourth and final quarter of action here on the season opener coming up momentarily. Your score, Georgia Southern 34, Savannah State 3. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Come on, baby. We can't be late for our own engagement party.
Honestly, I don't want to marry you. Not that I don't love you. It's just that I love not being married to you a whole lot more.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Music makes everything better. Play All Access, the new scratch-off game from the Georgia Lottery, with 20 million free music downloads and over 11 million in cash prizes. Today could be the day. Please play responsibly.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, and nobody shows more pride than Georgia Southern fans. And the University Store can help you show your true blue every day at work or at play with exclusive Nike sideline gear, Under Armour, and Russell athletic apparel. Make it clear that you bleed Georgia Southern blue. You can shop their campus locations, their game day locations at Paulson Stadium, or online anytime at gsustore.com. Helping you be true blue every day. Show your Eagle pride with a visit to the University Store. More than just a bookstore. The official outfitter to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
15 minutes put up on the board. The fourth quarter here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. Welcome back. Chris Blair, Terry Harmon, Ryan Chambers along with you for the season opener. And so far, so good if you're a Georgia Southern fan. The Eagles up 34-3. Looking at a 3rd and 5 here from their very own 38-yard line. As Shaw takes out, fires quickly into the flat far side. Catch is made, enough for the first down. Hauled in by Tyler Sumner, sophomore out of Pooler, Georgia. And the Eagles will reset the chains here. Remember, fans, to tune in each week for Inside the Huddle during each Citizens Bank Tailgate Show to get to know your Eagles better. Inside the Huddle, always presented by Copper Beach Townhome Communities, because size matters. Learn more about Statesboro's best townhome living by logging on to CBeach. That's CBEECH.com. Jerick McKinnon will check in as quarterback now on 1st down and 10 at the 46. McKinnon, the true freshman, getting his opportunity here, the first time in a Division I collegiate game. He'll give it off, give the ride to Robert Brown, who muscles his way up near midfield, just shy of the 50-yard line, picking up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 upcoming.
And to think about what Jabo Shaw transferring in has afforded some of these young quarterbacks like Utes over here on the sidelines. Keeps them, getting some time, getting the next couple of years to really learn under Shaw, not having to throw them directly into the fire, getting snaps like in ball games like this here in the fourth quarter.
McKinnon under center on 2nd down and 8. Again, the give to Brown. He's right up the middle, breaks 2 tackles, and eventually hauled in at the 36-yard line of Savannah State. Robert Brown, again, showing his strength and the burst of speed once he gets into open field, and that's something that both Brent Davis and head coach Jeff Monken have talked about, is the way he knows and sees the field, and once he gets into open territory, he's fun to watch.
Well, with that run, he should have broke the 100 mark today on 17 carries and over 100 yards and 1 touchdown on the day with that run, I believe.
1st down and 10 at the 36. Jerick McKinnon, the freshman quarterback. Again, the give to Brown. He'll muscle his way this time inside the 30 before he's brought down. Giving a ride that time to Cedric Chambers, sophomore out of Columbus, Georgia.
Southern wraps up the 3rd quarter into the 4th. 348 yards of offense on 54 plays, 239 on the ground, 109 in the air. Savannah State, 39 plays, 102 yards of total offense. They're averaging just 2.6 yards per play. Time of possession, 18:37 for Savannah State, 26-23 for Georgia Southern.
2nd down 2, and out at the Tiger 28-yard line is McKinnon. Gives it off to Brown again. Robert trying to get the 2 yards and then some down to the 25-yard line. Should be enough for another Georgia Southern 1st down. Jerick McKinnon, freshman out of Marietta, Georgia, played at Sprayberry High School. Highly touted quarterback at the high school level and a highly touted rushing quarterback. The only adjustment had to be made in the Jeff Monken style rushing offense and the responsibilities required by the quarterback. But after the injury to Izzy Ute during fall camp, McKinnon got to add probably double his reps and has made the most of it here. Looking at 3rd down and 1, they're shy of the 1st down by about half a yard as McKinnon again. And movement up front, bobbled the snap, but flags everywhere.
Robert Brown at 18 carries and 116 yards on the day, as we just mentioned. So he has broke the 100-yard mark for the true freshman out of Westside High School in Macon, Georgia.
Before the snap, ball start, number 61 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
By the way, didn't Skip Holtz go to South Florida?
Yes.
Well, he's got his hands full. It's 17-14. He's leading Stony Brook in the 2nd quarter. So Skip Holtz off to a rough start there.
Never count out those tough teams in the Big South.
Elon trailing Duke 17-6 here.
After the infraction, 3rd down, 6. Back now at the Tiger 33-yard line. Under 12 minutes to play in this game. 34-3. Georgia Southern out in front. Jerick McKinnon. Robert Brown, the B-back. Darian Robertson in. Has a slot along with Nico Hickey. McKinnon stepping back in the pocket, looking to throw now, will improvise and find some daylight across the middle, cuts back to his right, still running, and makes his way down to the 10-yard line. Nifty moves, a late flag coming in, but Jerick McKinnon showing what he can do out in space.
Personal foul is going to be called against Georgia Southern on that one, as Blake DeBartolo came in there and tattooed the guy at the last minute Coach Munkin seeing it and calling him over to the sidelines. But I'm going to tell you, folks, there was another quarterback that wore that number briefly and then changed number 11, Raymond Gross. And he looked like Raymond Gross out there dancing around.
That may be one of the most entertaining runs I've seen here at this in the stadium since I've been here.
Personal foul. Number 77 on the offense will penalize 15 yards from the end of the run. It is a first down.
I should say, in my time, that's probably the most entertaining run I've seen by someone in blue not wearing number 4.
I was about to say, wait a minute now, Jason Foster, you're right.
If we're going to throw around comparisons, that run, that was amazing.
That
right?
was beautiful. Good run by McKinnon, the freshman out of Sprayberry High School. And that was impressive. Chris has talked about him during practice quite a bit, and it's good to see it live for myself.
So they give up some yards after the personal foul call. It's first down and 10 at the Tiger 25-yard line. McKinnon give it off to Brown, and Brown works his way back to the 20-yard line and pick up a 5. Second down and 5 upcoming for the Eagles offense. McKinnon, a little water bug out there, moving across left to right. A nice little shifty move at the last moment to get about 3 extra yards on that run. Just took the Tiger defender out of his sneakers. 11 minutes to play here in the contest. 34-3, Georgia Southern leading. Second down 5 at the Tiger 20-yard line. Jerick McKinnon shouting, barking, takes the snap, setting up option right side. McKinnon going to keep it. He's to the 10, to the 5, diving in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Jerick McKinnon, true freshman quarterback. Hello, Sprayberry High School. Hello, Marietta, Georgia.
You wouldn't have thought before the ball game that you would say a former Yellow Jacket quarterback would be impressive. You would think it'd be Sean. It applies to both. McKinnon from the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a drive by a true freshman quarterback.
Adrian Mora back on for the extra point try. Edwards will hold. Snap, set, kick. It's on its way, and it's good. 41-3. Jerick McKinnon, true freshman quarterback, extends the lead for the Eagles. 10:44 to play here in the fourth quarter. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
See Brian Glenn and Sean Davis today for all your auto owners insurance information at Glenn Davis & Associates, your auto owners insurance agents. Glenn Davis & Associates, Savannah Avenue in Statesboro.
Vacation at home this year with B&M Pool, Spa, and Patio of Metter and Rincon. Be sure to include the Aqua Plus Automation Salt Chlorination System. Automated and easy to control, this unique chlorine generation system saves money, time, and is chemical efficient. The result? A clean, clear, silky smooth pool that lets you play more and work less. Call B&M Pool, Spa, and Patio for details. In Metter, 888-349-9511, or in Rincon, 800-564-8168. B&M Pool, Spa, and Patio, your vacation at home headquarters.
10:44 remains in this game. Jerick McKinnon keeping those in the stands here. True freshman 20-yard touchdown for his first collegiate score, and he lifts the Eagles up 41-3 over Savannah State here in the opening game. Kickoff fielded at about the 15-yard line. Savannah State works their way across the 20.
Chris, you could call that an all-freshman drive. 11-play drive for Georgia Southern. Ties the longest drive of the day. 5 minutes and 56 seconds to get a Eagle 6 on it. Freshman McKinnon, 2 great runs, and then Robert Brown throwing one in the mix himself. Today, Georgia Southern up 41-3. Good to hear that, Shannon and Ryan.
It's been a fun night. It's been a lot of fun. It's been nice to come in here and put a game like this together. I think these fans needed it. I think this podcast team needed it.
Hunter Baldwin checks into play in the safety position, and Savannah State goes right after it out of the gate, throwing downfield. Phillips hits Brian Lackey on the first play of scrimmage all the way down to the Georgia Southern 45-yard line. Excellent catch by Brian Lackey, the freshman out of Dallas, Georgia.
Good catch, good pass. And LaRon Scott had great coverage there, too. He was step for step with it. He put it right where he had to have it. I mean, give credit where credit's due. Great catch.
30-yard completion. And Phillips gets it back on the ground on the quick first down snap, trying to move the pile down to the 40-yard line. Justin Babb again.
Chance, Chris, to visit in the parking lot with some of the old football players out there. The Eagle Football Alumni Association had a tent set up. Had a good time out there with Mel McBride and them. But I'm reminded of Thomas Porter, who sent me a message. Says, Terry, I appreciate the Irk era, but I'm ready for the new era to begin. Right here, right now needs to be the battle cry for this Eagles. Build from the past, grow. Right here, right now.
Trying to get it outside, this time on the ground, nothing doing. It's Thomas Borum trying to go right side and got sandwiched down. Hello, Josh Rowe.
Yeah, right here, right now, and they planted him right in the ground is what they did on that play. Good play by our defense. Good into the ball game for Southern is Carlos Cave, the outside linebacker out of Macon, Georgia. 3 freshman Macon players getting to play tonight out of Westside High School.
9:23, fourth quarter action, 3rd down and 6 to Phillips. Back in the shotgun, zips this one far side, jump ball situation down at the 20-yard line, and incomplete. LaRon Scott on coverage, looking for Jaquan Trammell again.
A lot of the talk about the defensive changes, moving McCray, moving DeBose to defensive end, sliding Brent Russell to tackle. Russell was going to play tackle this year. It didn't matter what scheme. At some point, he was going to move to tackle. What I like best, though, is Rowe. When you're playing the outside linebacker, so often you have to split off. You have a lot of responsibilities. You almost cut it to field into third. Playing the mic allows him to play sideline to sideline, and I think this coaching staff got that one right. It really fits more to his abilities.
On 4th and 6, Derek Williams again booms this punt. Takes a bounce at the 3 and sails into the end zone. It'll be a touchback with the Eagles take over. 9:08 remaining in the game. 4th quarter action here is Georgia Southern. Great start to the 2010 season. Great start for the debut of head coach Jeff Monken, making his debut as the Georgia Southern head coach. First head coaching job. And, of course, everyone knows the history of Coach Monken here at Georgia Southern as an assistant, working for Paul Johnson, following him to Navy, then to Georgia Tech, and the transition there.
McKinnon back in at quarterback.
Jarek McKinnon, after scoring the 20-yard touchdown, will stay in, run the offense here. 1st down and 10 at the 20. Give it off, Toby Akinarani right up the gut, across the 30 and hauled down at the 34-yard line. The senior out of Centennial High School in Atlanta, Georgia. Second stint of action here in the game.
Toby doing a good job of holding on that ball, and one run right at the gut and 1st down right away. Robert Brown with 122 yards on the night on 20 carries, giving Toby an opportunity to come in.
McKinnon with Robinson in motion as the A-back. Gives it off to Kinarani again. Crosses the 35, stood up there. Pickup of 2 yards, set up 2nd down and 8. Channing Welch and Redfield in on the stop right up the middle for the Tiger defense.
A lot of Eagles making their debuts here tonight on Glenn Bryant Field. A former Eagle made a debut on the radio last night, our former broadcast partner, Mike Napier, voice of the Perry football team. Thought he did a great job.
And the veteran Warhawks. He's going to be both of them.
2nd down 7 at the 36 of the Eagles. McKinnon sends Gilmore in motion, who checked into the game. Now McKinnon will keep it around the right side, cut it back across the middle, and make his way up across the 40, just an inch beyond the 40. Pick up a 4 yard, set up 3rd down and 3 as we hit the 7:55 mark here in the 4th quarter.
24-13 Duke over Elon right now in the 2nd quarter. Elon stuck 10 on the board in the 2nd quarter.
Miguel Gilmore checking into the game. Lester Green as a wideout. Seeing action here. McKinnon lines him up. 3rd and 3 at the 40-yard line of their very own. Gilmore in motion. He'll get the pitch going left to right. He's got room. Hearns on the burners. He's to the 40, the 30, 20. And finally brought down from behind at the 16-yard line. So Miguel Gilmore, the junior out of Orlando, Florida, 5'8", 184 pounds, took the pitch and headed downfield. Sets up the Eagles inside the red zone of the Tigers.
Wide open as he cut the corner there, Ryan, and he just really tried to plant and go back and lost his footing as he got hit.
First down and 10 now at the Tigers' 16-yard line after Gilmore's run. Now the Tigers a little disheveled, trying to get set on the defensive front. McKinnon calling for the snap. Gives it off to Kinarane. Kinarane breaks through the initial line. Now carries about 4 Tigers as he gets inside the 5. A flag comes out as he was on his way down. Kinarane, we talked about Robert Brown's upper and lower body strength. Kinarane certainly looks good in a Georgia Southern uniform. Impressive off-season conditioning by all of the Eagles, and Kinarane certainly making the most of those opportunities inside Ironworks.
What I like to see right here, Ryan, is these backup kids getting into the ball game and proving that they're pretty good themselves. That's what I was concerned about.
In this offense, you have to have depth. I'm particularly interested to see how the quarterback depth continues to develop. Talking to Robbie, by the way, we do have an update. It looks like JB is out today. It is an ankle injury, and he is out for the rest of the ball game.
First down, goal to go at the 2-yard line for the Eagles. Knocking on the door one more time. Jarek McKinnon takes out the snap. Gives it off. Toby Kinarane bangs it in. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Make it 47-3 as Kinarane, the senior out of Atlanta. First touchdown is a Georgia Southern Eagle. This one comes at the B-back position.
New field goal kicker into the ball game as well, as Chris Rogers is going to get a chance to put on an extra point.
That young man from Centennial might find himself a headline in the Statesboro Herald tomorrow morning.
Chris Rogers out of Dublin, Georgia.
Kick on its way, and it's good. 48-3, our score here in Statesboro. 6:34 to play in this game. Eagles well on their way to a great opening game of 2010. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
If somebody yells Georgia, I yell Southern. My answer to whose house is always our house. The nation that I'm loyal to, besides the good old U.S. of A., is Eagle Nation. Wherever I go, I'm always an Eagle. Who am I? I am a noun, a person, a way of life. I am a diehard, enthusiastic, lifetime supporter of Georgia Southern University. I am Georgia Southern, true blue. Are you? Visit Georgia Southern University online today at georgiasouthern.edu.
Here's a little test on a subject we like to call Toyotanomics. What's the common denominator of 31 and 16? The Toyotanomics event. 31 days of amazing deals on 16 different Toyota models, like the 2011 Camry. Now get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months with no payments for 90 days. The Toyotanomics event. It's all our best thinking under one roof. 0 down with approved credit. Includes hybrids. Cannot combine with other offers. Must complete sale and delivery between August 3rd and August 31st, 2010. Toyota. Moving forward.
6:34 remains in our contest here tonight. 48-3, Eagles pouring it on the Savannah State Tigers. 9 possessions tonight, 8 of which resulting in a score. And that one capped off by senior Toby Kinarane's first scoring touchdown. And the Eagles behind Jarek McKinnon, not leaving anything on the table here with the opportunities, Terry, here in the second half.
You're certainly right on that. 6 plays, 80 yards. Toby doing a good job at the B-back position and getting in the end zone as we kick it off to Savannah State.
Proctor takes the kickoff at about the 10-yard line and cuts it to the near sideline across the 30. Finally spilled out at the 35-yard line. That's where Savannah State will take over. 6:28 to go in the game. The Eagles on the road for the next 2 weeks. Travel up to take on a familiar territory to Coach Jeff Monken and the midshipmen of Navy in Annapolis. Next week, kickoff at 3:30. Airtime on the Citizens Bank Tailgate Show coming your way at 1:30. Before then heading from Annapolis, Maryland to the coastline of South Carolina the following week to take on the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, which is one of my favorite rivalries here of late. We had the home and home going back a few years ago, took a couple of years off, and now we will begin that home and home once again.
It's a tough sideline gig, too, up there, if you'll remember correctly.
They're playing the Crazy Chickens. Isn't that what a chandelier is? New quarterback in for Savannah State.
Savannah State will keep it on the ground and find some daylight right across the middle of the field as Proctor carrying the ball across the midfield stripe to the Eagle 49-yard line, a pickup of 11.
Antonio Bostic in at Savannah State out of Florida, Quincy, Florida, giving him a shot at it. By the way, if you just listening or tuning in, there was a big upset today. As we mentioned, Jacksonville State knocked off Ole Miss 49-48.
First down and 10 at the 48 of the Eagles. Bostic again taking the snap. Nowhere to go. Maybe a 2-yard, yard-and-a-half game as Josh Gebhardt has played sensational at the defensive end position here tonight.
Coach Monken and his staff get an opportunity to get some players into the ball game, to get them some playing time, and to see how they look on film during the game experience. It's one thing to go from practice, but to see how you play in the game. Jabo Shaw, 62 yards on the ground today. Robert Brown, leading rusher for the Eagles and everybody. 20 carries, 122 yards on the ground. I'll give you some more stats in a minute.
Second down, 8 at the 46. Now running with it is Bostic. Wanted to go back and throw. Nobody downfield. Good coverage. And he'll decide to tuck and run, make his way down to the Eagle 40-yard line, shy of the first down by a couple of yards.
We certainly shared the wealth throwing the ball today. 6 different receivers, each catching the ball one time. Southern has 109 yards in the air. 388 yards on the ground today for Georgia Southern. Just 3 yards shy, Chris, of 500. 497 yards in total offense. Savannah State, on the other hand, 153 yards of total offense.
Third down, 2 at the 40-yard line as Bostic out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Proctor, and he'll just burrow his way to about the 38-yard line before Darius Eubanks brings him down. It appears to be enough for Savannah State. First down to Phillips Dunn for the day. 7 of 19 through the air, 71 yards.
Certainly been a rough one for DePhillips today, to say the least.
Eagles able to get 3 sacks on him today. Last year, offered up 5 interceptions in the season, threw for 425 yards as the backup quarterback. His father, Sonny, played quarterback at Austin Peay. I believe his sister is trying to walk on and play basketball here for the Lady Eagles and Coach Rusty Cram. First down and 10 at the 38. Bostic buys some time, then fires to the far sideline right near the first down sticks at the 28-yard line and hits Brian Lackey. Able to stay in bounds just momentarily.
Coaches next door, Chris, aren't particularly happy with that. Lack of pressure on Bostic, the quarterback.
9.5 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down and inches here for the Tigers with 4:08 to play. 48-3, Eagles lead. Bostic, shotgun snap, gives it back to Proctor, and Proctor got to the line and then thrown back by Willie Burton. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they gave him forward motion. It appears to be enough for the Tiger first down, although no indication as of yet. And now they do.
You mentioned Coastal Carolina. They took on the Mountaineers of West Virginia today. The Mountaineers blanked them 31-0.
Under 4 minutes to play here in the opening game, 48-3. As Terry just told you a moment ago, just under 500 yards total offense today for the Eagles. First down and 10 at the 27 first as Bostic steps back in the pocket, fires across the middle, had a man open momentarily, but he couldn't hang on. Lakin Thomas got a little message from the backside that time. Hunter Baldwin.
Hunter Baldwin came in there.
Came in and made sure he didn't hold on. That'll set up second down and 10. Baldwin, a sophomore out of Tampa, Florida.
6', 200-pounder.
Second down, 10 at the 27, playing from the left hash mark as the Tigers attack left to right. Bostic, the backup quarterback, again stands tall in the pocket, throws, and incomplete down at the 2-yard line. Nice looking throw that time as Thomas Barham was trying to stretch out and hold it in. It was just off the mark. Sets up third down and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And really, Savannah State has a breakdown in coverage a little bit on that one, 3rd and 10, but Savannah State only putting 3 on the board and them able to get those 3 points after a Georgia Southern turnover. put them in pretty good field position.
3rd down and 10.
They are 2 of 12 today.
Bostic again stepping back, looking downfield, hit as he throws, ball in the air, and incomplete as Bostic took a shot. Wow.
Did he ever? He took a shot, as to say the least. He knocked his head off, literally. John Douglas came in there and tattooed him.
Willie Burton lost his helmet as well,
Willie
laying
Burton,
a lick on
Statesboro
Bostic.
kid. Statesboro kid, right? Willie Burton doing a good job on that one.
It'll be 4th down and 10, and the Tigers appear to be thinking it over here as Bostic looks to the far sideline, and Coach Julius Dixon with 3:24 to play.
Might as well go for it. I mean, a touchdown certainly gives you something to think about. A field goal, really big deal.
They'll let the clock dwindle down. They call the timeout with 1 second on the play clock. 3:24 to play. We'll take a timeout with them. 48-3, Georgia Southern all over Savannah State. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Dr. Dill and the staff of Professional Eye Care of Statesboro want you to know we're 100% committed to our community, and we're proud to announce that Dr. Dill is the Georgia Southern University's team eye doctor. Each patient we serve receives nothing less than top quality eye health care. We analyze not only your vision, but take the time to analyze the health of your eyes as well. We offer state-of-the-art vision testing and the largest selection of designer eyewear available. Our commitment to quality is always in season, caring for your vision and for our community. That's Professional Eye Care of Statesboro, 6 Lester Road, or call 764-5609.
Hi, folks. Ryan Chambers from the Georgia Southern Radio Network. For my good friends at Blunt, Burke, Wimbley & Hendricks Insurance. They're a proud sponsor of ours, and I'm proud to say I'm an even prouder customer of theirs. They make shopping for insurance easy. They represent a lot of great companies like the Central Insurance Companies that get you the best quote on the best products. They bundle all your insurance needs into one, and bottom line, I save big money, and so will you. But here's the best part. They're there for you in person, on the phone. They define great customer service. Blunt, Burke, Wimbley & Hendricks Insurance, New Market District, 764-9602.
Savannah State will march out Derek Williams to try the 44-yard field goal. He had a long of 46 last year, but this one just short. Hits the right upright and no good. So the Tigers, after thinking it over, they send out Derek Williams for the 44-yard field goal try. It's off the mark and short. And the score remains 48-3 with 3:19 to go in the game. Fans are invited to join us in person, on the radio, or on the web each week for Inside Georgia Southern Football with Jeff Munkin, live from Loco's Grill and Pub in Statesboro every Monday night beginning at 7 o'clock. Good food, good friends, and Georgia Southern Football at Loco's Grill and Pub. It's crazy good. Eagles force the turnover, or missed field goal, as Russell Demasi now will check in, third quarterback. Or rather, Izzy Uyut will check in after being injured in fall camp. Uyut, the young man, trying to work his way back from a foot injury, will take the snap.
Got a new B-back in the ball game as well. Can't get a number yet. Looks like it's Brandon. No, that can't be right. Looks like Brandon Lane. He was Brandon Lane, number 49. He's at the quarterback. He just came off the field, but he was in there for one play. For the B-back.
For the fans listening at home that are proud graduates of Georgia Southern over the years, I've always been told the great tradition of whipping out the keys in the student section, and they've been out for a few minutes now.
Lee Bankston will check in as the B-back behind Uyut, the quarterback, working from the right hash on 2nd down and 6 from the Eagles' very own 31-yard line. Uyut's going to keep it. He's got daylight dancing around defenders across the 40, 45, and stopped at the 46-yard line. First down for the Georgia Southern Eagles as Izzy Uyut, 5'11", 173-pound freshman out of Wauchula, Florida. Impressive young man. And again, unfortunately, had the foot injury early on the first week of fall camp. Kept him out until last week. He was able to get back, starting to get some reps. But he is a highlight reel, certainly was so in high school.
Great to watch that, to have these backups to Shaw that you know can come in and provide some excitement for you.
Uyut under center, first down 10 at the 46 of the Eagles' very own. Give it off to Lee Banks, the hard-nosed B-back. Crab walks his way to midfield.
Or as Mike Spiken up here will call it, it's going to get fancy. It's time to get fancy with some of these guys.
Stop shy of the 50. Eagles side of the 50-yard line. Minute 39. Blake DeBartolo will break from the huddle. The big guy will lean over the football. The sophomore out of Stars Mill High School in Fayetteville, Georgia. As Ute steps under center. 2nd down and 6, just shy of midfield. Long snap count. Here's Ute. Brings the pitch. Coming near side is Gilmore. Had a great run back in the 3rd quarter. This time trying to stretch the field near side into Tiger territory at the 47-yard line. A pickup of 3. Set up 4th and about 3. Eagles needed to get inside the 44-yard line of the Tigers for the first down. We've got under a minute to play. And the Bears coach Monken and the Eagles will come out, rather 3rd down and 3. I stand corrected.
Reginald Givens doing a good job showing pursuit on that.
Down to 45 seconds. As Ute taking his time, getting set here. Lee Banks, your fullback. Tigers crowd the box here as Ute take the snap. Steps back now, design run. Quarterback draw up the middle. In traffic, spinning off 2 Tigers and eventually stopped at the 29-yard line. But Ute showing some shifty moves on the field. And that'll stop the clock as the chains are reset with 25.5 seconds. And the Eagle fans here at Paulson Stadium and all across the globe.
I'm happy. You happy?
Very happy. They have to be. 48-3, their team going on to victory here over Savannah State in a matter of 13 seconds as Coach Monken now looking at the play clock. The clock was stopped here with 12 seconds. They started to make their way out. Then the officials halted the game clock. Now they will give the signal to start, and it now will begin. So they'll have to hold off that celebration for a few more seconds. The Eagles will not break from huddle here as we're down to 5 seconds. Now the Eagle coaching staff and the players storm the field as they walk over to meet with Julius Dixon. But the Jeff Monken era here at Georgia Southern off on the right foot. Horn sounds. This one's in the books. Georgia Southern a winner 48-3 over the Savannah State Tigers in the opening game of the 2010 season.
Fantastic. They don't get much better than that, Mr. Blair, Mr. Chambers. It's good to see that out here. We have some great affiliates, and what a great time for them to come to a ball game. See this great victory as Freedom's out on the middle of the field. 48 points, your opening day victory. The Southern spread option is back. It's good to have it.
48-3, the final score here from Allen E. Paulson Stadium as the team now starts a new tradition. They make their way over to Southern Pride, and they will sing the alma mater, and fans everywhere once again ecstatic over the victory here tonight as the Eagles move to 1-0. They go 9-0 all time against the Savannah State Tigers, and they get the win 48-3. More coming up from Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. Final score once again, Georgia Southern 48, Savannah State 3. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
Mark Martin for ER Extra.
Do you know what emergency room care is like at ER Extra?
Here he comes. Let's move. Okay, go.
It's kind of like that.
Get extra fast emergency care from the team of emergency experts at ER Extra at East Georgia Regional Medical Center.
It's like having your very own pit crew to get you back on track.
ER Extra, exclusively at East Georgia Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Okay, back when moonwalking was hip, the Eagles were fielding their first football team. 6 national championships later, they have truly dominated the competition. Talk about legendary. Like Ford F-150, it hauls more, tows more, and gets more out of a gallon of gas. That's why for 33 straight years, F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck. Legendary champions, legendary truck. F-150, built Ford tough. Visit your local Ford dealer or log on to shopfordnow.com today. Classes full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR when properly equipped.
48-3, the final score here tonight. The prettiest little stadium in America. What a beautiful day to start the season. Weather could not have been ordered up any better. Great crowd on hand. We hope to get you the totals in just a little bit, but a crowd that was in this game from start to finish. And the Eagles win 48-3 to move their record to 1-0 early on, and 1-0 under head coach Jeff Monken. As Savannah State and Coach Julius Dixon will have to wait at least until next week to get their first victory. Eagle fans and Southern Pride saluting the Georgia Southern football team as the alma mater was played by Southern Pride. The Eagles today, just some unofficial totals, 540 yards of total offense. And I guess the biggest sign for fans out there listening tonight, Terry Harvin, 431 of those 540 are on the ground.
Yes, sir. But the most important thing, we can talk about spread option. We can talk about all these other things. But I think what fans anywhere appreciate and like more than anything is a big W. And 48-3 is a pretty big victory. 3 points Savannah State coming off of the only turnover of the ball game. And it's the only possession Georgia Southern had except for the last one with time running out that Georgia Southern did not score. And the other thing that was so good to me was J-Bo Shaw running that offense, Chris, masterfully. Good reads, Brown doing a good job, our A-backs doing a good job, our wide blockers doing a very solid job. But then also the backups come in, and they click too. You got to be happy about that.
Well, I think as fans coming into this and talking to many throughout the season, you hope J-Bo comes in. You've got him new to Georgia Southern. You have so many new pieces, not only true freshmen and redshirt freshmen, but sophomores and juniors playing different role on the offensive side of the football. And you just ask not to make mistakes, not to put your team in a bad spot. I think the gravy tonight, Terry, is that we saw some flashes of greatness, really good offensive athletic skill out here tonight on the part of not only the backups, but also J.J. Wilcox, Robert Brown, Lamar Brown at the A-back position. Enough Jonathan Bryant, who unfortunately got banged